Throw gang, we are joined by the Lord of the Lens, the Don Dada of the dick pic. Call him Courtney Love because he's giving whole. Oh, you shoot JPEGs? JPEG dis ass. The Exposure Emirati. Exploring race, no horse, but like a filly, he be getting bread. The F-stop with his G-go. When life gives you lemons, he gets lemon paid. Photos NSFW because the files are raw. Call him Mario Carey because he the glitter boy. You whack and weird, he black and queer. The Philly John Wick because he be shooting. He puts the hoe in photo. Art so honest you can't blackmail this blackmail. Must work at HBO because he's serving Cunter Schaefer. That bussy lit, it's a softbox. Photographer and artist Quil Lemons. Quil, how the hell are you?
I was waiting for that, and it was everything I thought it would be and more.
You call your bussy a softbox, right? Because it's lit.
First question.
I've never referred to my pussy as a softbox, but like, I mean, if you ask around, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, we've heard your bussy reputation precedes you.
Yeah, let's put the word out in the streets.
And that's on SZA. That's amazing.
Thank you, Quil. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for hosting
coming.
us in
Where
your
are we?
gallery. Yeah, whose gallery is
We
this?
are at Hannah Traore's Gallery at 150 Orchard Street, and it's where I have my show, Quiladelphia.
Until the end of the fucking year.
Quiladelphia.
We got extended. There's an extension because she's doing well.
Put the
Were
extendo on
you
the art.
surprised when the extension request came through?
No.
Fuck no.
I like we shut down the block when we opened it.
Oh, yeah?
And then I think it just makes sense right now in New York City because like you have Jack Pearson up at Listen Gallery, you have AWOL at Sean Kelly, you have Mickeline at Yancey Richardson.
These are all names that we do not know.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think I went 0 for 5.
They're amazing artists and you should check out their work, but I think it's like such a nice conversation to surround the work. Also Wolfgang Tillman's at
Oh, of
David
course.
Warner. So it was just like
He did the Frank Ocean picture. I know
Of
that one.
course. That was at MoMA,
That's the
though.
background on your laptop,
That
right?
was at MoMA. But it was just nice to
Yeah.
be part of like this conversation of one, like
Yeah.
New York being like alive again and like having the art scene be like fully going and like everyone's popping around from gallery to gallery and like I feel like we share a lot of synergy. I share a lot of synergy with those
Would you like
artists.
to
When the
take-
block was shut down, are art parties truly like, are they fucking back? And are they more lit than like maybe Lawrence and I maybe thought, where it's just like wine and cheese?
There's wine. I mean, cheese is like it's like really on the nose, but
Yeah,
like
not great for the softbox.
No,
Yeah.
you can't give sockbox on a stomach full of brie.
You need a hard cheese.
Yeah.
You definitely cheddar or
As long as there's no dick cheese, let's be
Parmesan
clear.
is a hard cheese
Yeah.
too. No dick, no smegma.
No. Fellas, clean it out.
This is
No,
smegma-free
when
zone.
it's nice to be back in like the moment of being able to go into the gallery because like when I started thinking about this show it was 2020 and
Rough.
like you couldn't be outside, you couldn't
Right.
interact in the same way, and then I debuted my first museum show, Inward Interior Reflection, I believe was like the subtitle. Don't quote me on that. I know it was Inward, and like Isolde Bromaheyer, who's now at the new museum, was a curator for that show, and that's kind of how I met Hannah. But we did that show in 2021, and it was very much the thick of the pandemic.
Right.
So it was only like 50 people allowed
Low
to come
key.
in.
Right.
Like everyone was in the mask, and like so it's really different being in 2023 where you don't have to be in the mask. Like everyone could be outside.
Sure.
You could see people's like actual reactions to work, and like you get to fill a room in a really different way.
You put the art in party.
Yeah.
Are art parties more fun than fashion parties or vice versa?
It
$1 million question.
I'm not really a party goer in
Really?
some ways. Like, okay, like I'm like kind of Hannah Montana. So sometimes like I want to be out, and then sometimes like I'm just like, okay, I want wine. I want to sit with my friends.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to do on Halloween. We're going to watch movies and play Uno. But
Sounds cracking.
it goes down when the Uno comes out.
But sometimes you sometimes you reverse card it.
Yeah, and then like I'm out doing the thing with
Draw 4.
Definitely, and you will see me at a
Wow,
lot of
boy.
events. But I feel like I do that in a really strategic way, where like I gear
Smart.
up for it and like prepare for it.
Networking more than like fun and games.
A bit of both, because like I find it all to be fun, and like meeting people is like the best thing in the world. Especially people that like share like-mindedness in art and fashion. So I'm like, oh, we're already speaking the same language.
Can I fast forward to the dad ass section real quick and just ask you, what's worse to date in the art world or the fashion world?
I think both are equally as like.
No, you got to pick, man. Don't pussyfoot.
I feel like
Don't pussy out of this question.
Okay, I'll say fashion.
Don't
Just
pussy
I'll
foot
say
around.
fashion because like the art world is a little bit different because it's like a little bit more snobby and like no one really gives a fuck about like what you do. It's more about like, are you kind of a cool and good person if I actually want to hang out with you?
Okay.
Where like fashion, like, and it's only weird for me because
Hot or
boys
not.
come up to me and they're like, I'm like, are you flirting with me because you think I'm hot, or are you flirting with me because you want me to take your picture?
Right.
That's
Interesting.
weird. That's weird. Please don't do that.
Yeah. That is weird. But okay.
Yeah.
But equally trash.
I would think the whole dating scene in New York is kind of trash, especially as someone like that exists publicly, so people think they know me before they actually get to know
So you're
me.
disillusioned, just generally speaking?
Yeah, I am an optimist, but at this point, I'm being really real about my dating.
Have you ever tried dating intentionally outside of those two industries or worlds?
Yeah, but then they don't know who like any person I'm interested in is, and that's
Right.
like I'm
with
like
not- you-
okay,
you
I
name
want
artists.
like
So
like,
don't date either of us. Got it.
like as much as like I would love to like have not like the person not give like know who I am that won't give a fuck about anything. I need you to appreciate it.
Sure.
And so like I need you to be like not a fan, but like close enough and like interested enough to like know what's
Respect
going on.
my work.
Exactly.
Or want to know? Where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm curious about this. Let's learn
Yeah,
together.
expand
But like
my
if you
horizons,
don't know
Quill.
about art at all, I'm like, what's wrong with you? I find art in everything. Like
Right.
what? Like,
Beautiful.
crazy.
Wow, what a beautiful statement.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That's good to know. Mark it down, kids.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, thank you for having us at Hannah Traore. Is everyone saying that right?
Traore. It's okay. She's Canadian, so I feel
Oh, well,
like,
okay. We don't speak that language.
Yeah.
well, I do sometimes, especially like when it comes to Drake. But
You and me both, brother.
But I'm from Philly, so like my natural accent fights her last name so hard. But I love Hannah to death. And like
We're up in Hannah's John. We're having a great fucking time.
and
Shout
we're
out
being
to Hannah.
intimate and tender, and I got these boys in here seeing some queer art.
Yes.
Exactly. And we pulled up and you're immediately just like, yo, I did my homework, so I came through fitted, which you did because
Yes.
you listened and know that the first thing we're getting
Yes,
into.
that's right. Cool. We're
right?
going to do a
Yeah.
fit check, and you
Fit
admitted
check.
that you came a little bit harder knowing that we are going to run through the totality of what you're wearing
Exactly.
today. The choice for you, Quill, is do you want to start top down or do you want to go bottom up? And there is a correct
Well, I'm
answer.
versed, so I think I was just
Damn, he got me.
I'm just gonna just like debunk all of that.
Figure four verse
Yeah.
lock.
Fit check is not a binary, it's a spectrum.
It completely.
Where would you like to start?
I'll start with the Bottega, which is behind me, which was like kind of the pop of color in this outfit.
Piece de resistance.
I love this coat. I worn it 3 times. It's been she's a fun time to wear because everyone is always getting into the tailoring.
Super slimy.
She's
Of
like
course.
the color of your piss after you had a long night out.
Or I mean, slime me out.
Yeah. Or slime this man out.
So you've had a hard time wearing this, though, you're saying?
No, not a hard time. It just like it's such a bold moment that like you really have to be intentional about like the color combination that you're gonna wear with it, or it just becomes like this like overly done thing. And I'm like, I want you to pay attention to the tailoring and take the color in as like a secondary thing.
Right.
As a piece of the whole.
Yeah.
Whole with a W.
Yeah, to be clear. Well, we appreciate you breaking it out for the third time for the boys. Third time, definitely
Yeah,
a charm.
third time's a charm.
It looks fucking sick, my dude.
I mean, I was like, so favorite thing is that like the last time I wore it,
Steve Lacy concert?
Steve Lacy, one of my like besties and my favorite people in the
okay.
world, was so happy to wear it there. 'Cause
That's
it
a
was
little.
just, like,
That's like a little backstage guest pass
it's
situation.
I mean, yeah, because that's like it's such an inspiration. He's
So you're
one of my
flashing
favorite
the
people.
Banana like back to get backstage?
I like opened it up, but I knew that he would appreciate the piece,
Right.
like, and that's
course.
why, like, I mean, like, we're like fashion friends in that way too. Where
Is
like,
he going to come on the pod after he listens to your
Yeah.
episode?
maybe if you guys are lucky,
Maybe.
like Steve,
Yeah,
Steve
we would
is
be
a-
blessed.
Maybe Lacy.
Ask him.
Okay, sure, totally. We'll just
Steve,
text him.
come on
dog.
pod.
But no, like we both like unite over our fashion sensibilities, and I was like, this is a piece that he would definitely admire.
And he was impressed.
completely.
Okay.
He was like, ooh. And I was like,
Confirmed.
okay, bet. But then
Valid.
the rest of the fit's Tom Brown, but the boot is Rick because I love Rick.
Look at
and I love this
those.
boot. And I was
Yeah.
like, I remember when it debuted on Runway, and I was
And
like,
they're
I had to
not
have it.
the boots that are in the 2 portraits of yourself behind you,
No.
which are like the hero pieces of the whole exhibition.
Yeah.
Seemingly so,
Centerpiece.
right?
No, those come from the Leatherman, which
Ooh.
is like where I get a lot of my leather pants from.
Okay.
Okay.
Because they have the best leather in New York City, and they just like they fit you like a glove.
Oh, yeah.
in the best way.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Are you are you a big Tom Brown boy?
I like. Well, I love Tom Brown in this context because I'm like, giving art chic. And
Okay.
I'm like, I feel like it's like a nice balance between the work and
Good for the tour, like the private tours you're giving.
exactly.
Got it. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
What about the panties?
They are Calvin Klein because I'm a Calvin Klein boy.
Briefs?
Boxer brief.
Boxer brief, okay.
Let's talk about the hardware. Do you
Oh,
wanna
yeah.
go
We're
rings?
shining,
You wanna go
bro.
earlobes? What do you want to do?
Earlobes are Maria Tosh and Bernard James.
Same Z's for James.
Wow.
I love a little hoop. The bigger hoops are Bernard James, one of my favorite designers. Same with the diamond chain under it all. And then the rest of it come from New Top.
Oh, shit. Hell yeah. Shout out New Top.
Downtown
Yeah.
girl.
Best deal in the city.
Completely.
Besides, I guess, popular jewelry.
Brand new because I'm getting top. All right. And you are raw dogging the throat, a.k.a. not drinking any liquid. So fit check, drink check complete. Let's get into the meat and potatoes
Okay.
of this podcast.
While
Quil,
we're here.
your work explores the black male queer psyche.
Yes.
How are you guys doing?
Yeah.
We're figuring it out.
Okay.
But like any boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to do with necessarily your race or how you sexually identify. Just all boys are working it out every day.
I think it's a weird time to be a guy. And I think that
Check the internet lately.
it's all over the place. But then it's like it's the same thing with everything else in the world right now. Like it's good and it's bad, and it's like some things are progressing and some things are going completely backwards, and you're like, what the fuck? It's 2023.
Can I ask you an extremely personal question?
Okay, I'll go for
What
it.
is the one part of yourself that you are focusing the most attention to improving?
I'm always looking to improve.
Okay, but
Like,
something specific.
I'm always trying to be a better person and like a better friend.
Like kinder or more thoughtful?
Kinder, more empathetic, like just open and like letting people just be themselves. Like I think that's a really lesson I learned in my mid-20s, where it's just like you can't really change people.
No.
You just have to accept them.
People never change.
People be people.
No. And it's like, especially with the people that I hold close to me, I don't really want them to be different. I just kind of want to, meet them where they are and help them on
Love
their
them
journey.
for who they are.
Exactly.
When was the last time you failed as a friend? No, I'm kidding. You don't have to answer that.
Screaming.
What was the last very kind gesture you did as a friend? Besides taking great dick pics of your homies.
The most phenomenal
Screaming.
dick pics in the game.
I feel like I'm always a really good friend, but I had a friend that was like going through some there's always something going on with a boy where we're just like
Drama.
we're in our 20s, so dating is all over the place.
Right.
But
Who needs 'em?
just like encouraging a friend to like really get out there and like not waste their 20s and like getting caught up on
Were they dealing with
one
heartbreak?
guy. Not really heartbreak, but I think that we all are like longing for like the perfect partner, and like we're really open and vulnerable people, and we meet people that come to us like with so much like guards and like so many misinterpretations and perceptions of like
Just so
who
that
we
they
are.
can get laid.
I don't know if it's even about that. I think it's like they meet us and then like we're actually like decent human beings, and that's just something that's like weird. And
Shocking.
like could never be like we wouldn't be just nice, kind people
Right.
that like want to genuinely connect. And I think that's like really confusing because I think that like when you meet somebody that like there's just being genuine and open in the sea of like everyone like not.
Your self-awareness is refreshing, I'll say that.
Yeah. Especially
thank you.
as a young man. This has already been arguably one of the most deep and honest podcasts so far, and we're only 13 minutes in, folks. It's only
Welcome
getting
to
deeper
my
from
world.
here.
Strap in
Well,
for therapy, kids.
So I want to ask you, you said that, your first solo show, which we're in the midst of right now, Quiladelphia, which is at 150 Orchard Street at the Hannah Traore Gallery until the end of the year.
Yeah, say her name right. I'm like, come
Hannah
on, everybody has
Traore.
to say her name right.
Yeah. Yo, thank you, Hannah. Your first solo show, Quiladelphia, is everything you embody, and it's welcoming people into your brain.
Yes.
Bro, how horny are you? 'Cause I'm
I
looking
think
around and
I'm
I'm seeing some fucking...
I think
some-
people genuinely try to hide their horniness for like respectability reasons, and like I don't think I'm any differently horny than any other man. in
You're
their
average
20s.
horny. You're average man
level.
horny.
But the average man horny is just super horny on the horny scale.
Yeah.
dangerous levels of horniness already.
I don't know if it's that dangerous. I think that like more people are afraid of my sexuality than like I think my sexuality is pretty normal.
When did
Right.
you embrace like being the horny motherfucker that you are?
Well, that's
putting it more
you
out
said
there.
that, not me.
Right.
I think that like it was just me stop. Like I think there's like a few different versions of me that like I switch in between, and it was like finally like acknowledging that there is one that is like wanting to have sex.
Yeah. I love the you code switching into horny mode.
Yeah.
Because it was like I don't know. I think for a long time, especially with being queer, people like to be like, oh, this is my gay friend, but they don't really like to be like, oh, this is my gay friend who like dates boys, like stick, like all of those things. And I like was over that conversation. Like I'm not an accessory, I'm a full person, and I am the party, and I am the center.
Right.
So like, there's no like gay bestie. Like I am the main character.
Yeah.
And welcome to like my love life. Like Carrie Bradshaw was fucking almost every episode.
Right.
So
That was inspiring to you as a young lad.
That was a good documentary.
Like, no, like I would catch like my grandmother and like my aunt like watching Sex and the City and like always thinking that it was like this like pornographic thing. And then like now like in my earlier 20s and like being like, wait, this is not even
nothing.
This is not even like HBO softcore porn.
No,
this is like barely anything. Like you barely see like Samantha's tit.
If you want hardcore porn, you come to 150 Orchard and you peep just straight up some good butt sex on the
Again, you
wall.
guys keep like saying this is pornographic. I think that like you
it's
guys,
art.
and like come on, like we need
These
to
are
like
homies.
think about this in like a really like highbrow way.
Sure.
'Cause it's like,
It can't go on Instagram grid though, let's be clear.
well, that's because Instagram doesn't like art.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then they get really
the
weird.
butthole.
I've like went to a lot of summits in Instagram being like, okay, so we're talking about things that are completely in the art context, and like you guys will let a sculpture of like a white dick
sure.
on Instagram, but like you can't let boobs or like.
What do they say to that?
Yeah.
They were like, we have to be careful because we need to keep our apps in certain countries and they have different rules and all of those things. It's just like very PR.
Come on,
Well,
dude.
like
The
PR
black
coded
corpo
things.
speak.
The
Well,
black
that's why-
the black corporal body is the scariest thing in America. To Americans. To white America.
You tell me about it. Imagine living in one.
I can't even imagine.
Nope.
Was it scary to like legitimately put yourself out there like this as you have in this show? Because as you said, as you've said, it is like a step into your brain.
Like yes and no. It was always like going back and forth in between where like I completely told my PR team from the beginning that like I'm not pussy, so I'm going for it.
Whew.
But
Bars.
because I'm just like, well, everyone like wants to co-op queerness, and I'm like, I'm actually gay. Like you guys aren't sucking dick for real. You guys aren't like you guys want to put on a dress. You guys want to put on a dress and like be like, oh, I'm like queerish. I'm like, no. Like, come on, step outside in a dress like as a black man and like have 1,000,001 people look at
Live
you
it.
like you're crazy. Yeah, like
Be about it.
Or you don't live it because you can't.
no. And I'm like, as someone who actually lives it, I'm like really going to take it there because I'm just going to show you you're not really about it. But in that, I also want to show the beauty of what it means to like exist in this and like having to deal with a lot of pain, but then like also living in like the beauty of it.
Do you find that the art world does try to leverage or tap into like black queer sexuality in a way that is inauthentic and
Exploitative.
Exploitative versus like, but it also is presenting an opportunity for, you to actually, exhibit the pain and the beauty and the art.
I think that like with all forms of media in this country, like they always try to exploit the black body, and it's like really interesting to be a young black artist and like understand that, and then like how do I flip that at you, and like how do I like really show the nuances and really like in a way relate to my community that we are valid, we exist, we like don't really have to code switch or do anything for you, your comfortability. And I was like more so making the art for them, but then knowing that it was going to be digested by all of you guys.
People.
And then I'm like, okay, with you guys digesting it, I want you to be a little nervous to come into this space. But then also like once you're in it, you're going to realize that it's like kind of no different than what you do.
Sure.
Yeah. When did you like this kind of, I mean, you're 26 years old and you're speaking in ways that are just, I'm like kind of a little blown away at how young you are. Like when did you accept or like come into this like I don't give a fuck, but also I'm an intellectualized, but also like carve out my own lane type mentality? Like was there a moment where you're just like I don't care, I'm just gonna go for it?
No, I've kind of always known I'm like awesome. Like I've known that from like I don't really
Awesome from jump.
Yeah, like there was never like but I knew that people really didn't understand me. But then like I've always had a core. Well, like my family, like I was surrounded by nothing but black women, and they've always like uplifted and affirmed me. But then they also were like, "Bitch, like you're a lot for people to digest." And so I've always known that. And like,
Did you have to hold yourself back? Do you think?
Maybe when I was younger, I would like kind of hide behind the photograph, and so that's why it's like nice to now be in front of the camera as well. Because like if it's like when it's not me, like I was like more safe in doing that. But then I was like, wait, I have to be in front.
We're done with any type of repressing any sense of self at this point.
Exactly.
That's out the fucking window.
Yeah, but that's also like being 26.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
That's true.
Like,
and having success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not pretend like has the accolades and some of the big commercial gigs like emboldened you to
I got big balls. Like, I mean,
but they grew over time.
Yeah, and like it's
Strapped down in those Calvins.
and that's like so like it's nice to be in the moment where like I am having a career that's being recognized in real time. It's sometimes a lot of pressure, but then in this I like wanted to free myself of even like my success, because that's like a pigeonhole in itself, because like everyone's like, ooh, you've done this, you've done these things, and it's like, well, watch me just stay on the ride. I don't have a license, but like, strap up.
No plateau in sight.
I also really appreciate that you've kind of in an article that I guess came out yesterday. You were like, "Yo, like fuck the comparisons to like previous artists. Like I'm my own artist." Or
I think like being a black artist, everyone tries to compare you to something white, and I was like, I get that, like in you trying to understand me, but I'm not like done. I'm still forming, and it's like nice to like actively form, but like but it was like, because like the one thing is like they compare me to Mapplethorpe, which is like, thank you, shout out, he was amazing,
right?
But I'm gonna take this a lot further.
Oh shit, calling his own shot.
Well, that's the thing, I'm like, I know what I'm doing,
right?
And I don't need a course. I'm carving my own lane.
Yeah. So how do you just first discover that you were fucking nice behind the lens?
That's something I've always known too.
Damn.
I've been doing this. I picked up a camera probably like as soon as I was like a preteen, like same time of like I attribute to being on Tumblr at a really early age. Definitely as like a preteen, like 6th grade, 7th grade.
That was your formative social media platform.
Yeah, and it definitely helped me like find the eye, like develop taste and all of those things. But I don't know, like picking up a camera was something that was just like blinking. Like it was like
damn.
It's just what I do.
In who you are and how you see the world.
This was the one thing I knew I wanted to do with my life, and it's interesting. I didn't go to school for it though.
Was there a plan B at all, or was it always like, I'm going to make this work against all odds that are presented to me, regardless?
I think I'm like that just as a person, where like I know the odds are against me, but watch me do it.
Again, big balls, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
They
don't even fit on camera.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of Sexy Red.
Yeah, I don't know how your big balls fit in those tiny
that
Tom Brown shorts.
If you look at an image like 3 down from the wall, there's a thing called tucking.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, true.
I'm not tucking right now, but
Right.
Yeah. But he can if he wants
Fellas,
to.
get your tape up.
can if you like.
For aspiring photographers that maybe aren't as like preternaturally gifted when it comes to just like picking up a camera and going crazy, like what are the most common fuck ups you see aspiring or beginner photographers make when they're like trying to break it, whether it's in like the art world, the fashion world, or just as photographers themselves?
I always tell everyone to learn from my mistakes, but I think like the one thing I tell every young photographer when they go like, ooh, what's some like advice you could give? And I'm just like, be yourself. Okay, best piece of advice I got from Idea was Idea, the publisher. They told me, they were like, make images only you can make.
Okay. Be as specific as possible.
Authentic. I don't even know if it's about like, it's like really pull from your core, think about things that only you think about, like the shots that only you could get. And that's like the best way to define yourself.
What are the shots that only Quil can get?
You see them on the walls.
Do you ever look back at shit you were doing when you were like in your preteen years, and you're just like, damn, like, I see,
Cringe?
derivative, or like, trying to do my Tumblr shit.
No, because it was all a journey.
Right.
And I think that like I've done so many different types of photography, like especially in New York City, where like when I first got here, I was shooting parties and like, but like I love that because I have like a weird memory, but I got to know the New York scene in a really intimate way from going to these parties. It's just like a fly on the wall and like of just observing. But like when I remember shooting this Creative Times gala, and this was like when I was very much in school, so I'm just like kind of hustling like in between classes, like, okay, I'm gonna go pick up doing the story for like W, and we're gonna go pick up doing the story for this publication. But I remember memorizing 500 names on the sheet and like remembering their faces. But like like a transferable skill, like when Snoop Dogg, like he could roll sushi because he can roll a blunt.
Yeah.
Like I learned 500 Pokemon, and like I know probably every current Pokemon in existence.
Damn.
But I could do that with people.
From the Pokemon to the Met Gala, folks.
Yeah,
That's the pipeline you got to take.
Well, I shot the Met Gala this year for the first time, which was really cute. I did it with a collaboration with Instagram, but I've not done the Met. I want to do the Met. I wore my own clothes. I did a collaboration with Sky High Farm this year.
Oh, farm
So
boys do it better?
They do.
Do they
it the
do it
best.
better?
Yeah.
I mean,
Confirmed?
I do it the best, but farm boys are coming close. Take that however you want
As
to
a
take that.
city boy, do you fuck with country boys or is it city boys?
City boys up.
I'm definitely a city boy through and through. Shout out JT. But I grew up with a lot of country sensibilities because my great grandmother is like from the heart of Virginia, and like she moved to Harlem before she moved to Philadelphia, and so I just like I was raised by a woman that made grits every day. So it's just like I really appreciate like one the idea of like growing your own food, like connecting to the earth in that way, and I just like with that collaboration wanted to show Black people that one we can do this and have a healthy connection with the idea of farming because I think that like America wants to have that be so far removed.
Right. They want the trauma.
Yeah, they want to invoke like the slavery aspect, and I'm just like, no, Black people, you should grow your own food. Like that's something that we should do.
Do you have, so you did a collaboration with Sky High Farm Workwear, like we said, on like a capsule collection, right? It was like a truly,
Yes,
How
it
many
was
pieces
so
was
much
it?
fun.
Do you have more aspirations as like a clothing or fashion designer?
Of course, I love fashion. Like I would love to do as many collaborations that make sense. Like I don't
Okay.
want to do anything that doesn't make sense and doesn't like speak to who I am as a person. Because like Sky High Farm, all of the proceeds go to the food banks, and like when you think about anyone that's needing access to food, it's Black and brown and queer people.
Totally.
So I was like, I want to support my community in such a really interesting way. And if you get it, you get it. If you don't, pay attention.
Collaborations only, or like would there ever be like the Quil Lemons line?
I
Or
would
is it
love
more
a
about
line,
this?
but that would be something in the future, like
Okay.
when I have the time to really invest into that. The collaboration is really fun because it gets to one extend my world and like figure out my language in such a different way. Where like this is really nice, but I'm just showing you guys that I'm an artist.
Right.
You mentioned these like transferable skills, right? Like Snoop Dogg rolling blunts into rolling sushi. I want to ask you, maybe you can take your skills as a fine artist and help me out as a fucking single straight man dating in 2023.
Oh, you're single and you're looking?
Single and looking, baby. So my question for you,
Ready to mingle.
what are some tips that I can take home after this podcast and apply in taking a fire dick pic?
Okay, yo, bros really don't know how to take dick pics. Like,
What are
even
the
gay
mistakes you're
bros,
seeing?
Well, one, you need good lighting, and
Okay.
first of all, you need to moisturize.
Ooh.
Please do not send anyone. Please
No
do
dry
not send,
dick.
Don't send a young lady a nasty dick. You want to get it a little stimulated. Well,
But
like
not too
I don't
much,
know.
right?
Like,
Or, I don't know.
you like? It depends on like how intimate you're being with this person, because I think it's really cute if someone likes your dick on gummy worm when it's not fully around.
Like at its most vulnerable.
Yeah, like
I'm shy.
if she likes that, then she's into you, and it could be fun if you send like the stages of it growing.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Wow.
along with your relationship. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
you know what? I think it's finally time we sit down and talk, and I'm going to send you a,
Yeah.
me and
One
full
on
That's
gummy
the
worm.
man I could one day be. Let me
Yeah,
show you
like,
how I can get there.
imagine.
So lighting, moisturizing, maybe a little fluffing.
No.
A little blood flow.
You want to be a little. You want to have a little stimulation. Like,
Right.
Is she not exciting you?
Well, what's the
I'm
angle? Is
married,
it-
dude. Don't look at me, man. I'm good.
I mean,
So
you
you
should
could-
still be sending your wife dick pics.
Should I really?
Yeah,
All right,
flirting,
let's mark that down.
flirting goes
Dick
a
pic.
long way in a marriage. You
Sure.
should still keep that alive.
Okay, good
When
to
was the
know.
last time you sent your wife a dick pic?
I couldn't tell you.
Well, like-
I'm slacking.
Before camera.
Okay, well, like also like consent. Like that's the main
Yes.
thing. Let's start there.
Sure.
Like then moisturize.
Milady,
then-
may I send you a pic of my dick?
Yeah.
Right?
I love a milady.
Is it down or up or side
Whatever
or like
whatever is the best way to photograph him.
0.5 fisheye?
That's a little strange but creative, so I'm like into. I love a fun time, like because it's like, well, one, a dick pic and like anything with sex is really silly.
Sure.
Like
Inherently.
You gotta have
Yeah.
fun while you're fucking.
exactly, and I don't think that like you want to be in a relationship with someone that wouldn't want to see your dick on 0.5.
Right. Dick on
lighting.
soft.
Lighting.
Dick on 0.5.
So
Yeah.
like lighting is important. Make it moody. Make it
Make it
set a
reflect
tone.
how you feel about them.
Okay.
How you're feeling that day, maybe?
Yeah,
I take a dick pic based on my mood.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm feeling up.
or like say if you feel like the Dark Lord, maybe he feels like the Dark Lord that day too.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like
Dicks
most
get depressed.
most dicks also look like Voldemort.
When you get a trash
Or
dick
does
pic?
Voldemort look like a dick? Because dicks
both.
came before Voldemort. Let's be clear, people.
Did they? Because Voldemort's pretty old.
He's mad
okay, I'm
old.
thinking of the fictional character Voldemort,
No,
not the actual
same.
mythology.
But he was like pretty old.
But dicks existed before Voldemort.
No, I'm just fucking around.
Someone get a Wikipedia up.
I'm throwing you guys off, huh?
How old are penises? What's your
Alexa?
what do you do when you get a trash dick pic? Do you like just ignore it? Do you like?
Do you offer
hey,
tips? Like, are you like, hey, let me
I'm
step in
probably
here?
going to not respond to that. Because, like, I'm a photographer, so I take that shit pretty seriously.
Of course.
Oh yeah, the pressure of sending you a dick pic is
my
like
God.
astronomical.
Which is so funny because I don't think I'm that intimidating as a person. And then...
But your success can be intimidating to the dick pic sender.
That's all perception, babe. I think that you should be into me and you should be happy for my success.
So is there no like kudos to the dick pic sender for having like the bravery and the literal balls to send a super fire photographer a photo of their most intimate part?
I guess so.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
To all the
Right.
fine gentlemen
Yeah.
who have hit the trenches.
Going back
Y'all are silly.
going back to your work for a second, like, you know, you have and you've talked about this, like the fine art pursuit, and you also do like the commercial work where you get like the big checks from the fashion brands. Is it in your mind, is it like transactional where it's like, all right, I get the checks from the brands and the fucking commercial stuff to pay for, you know, what I'm truly passionate about? Or is it more like, is there a deeper like exchange going on between the two facets of your career?
The men in my family have always taught me to like the hustle. So like anytime I'm working in a commercial space, I'm going to flip the bag. Because it's like, okay, you're getting what you want, but like, what do I get out of this?
Sure.
And like realistically, it is a transaction. It doesn't have to be one that's like nasty. I think that like it's commerce and it's
Right.
like we're working all under
We live
capitalism.
in a capitalist society, exactly.
Yeah, so like make your money, but also I'm like, anytime I'm making it, I really want to invest into my own art and career because I think that's the thing that gets anyone attracted to me in the first place.
We don't hate the player, we hate the game, if anything.
Yeah.
Get your money up, not your gummy
But is there
up.
like
But like I don't play a dirty game. Like I'm like, you know, I believe in like almost a communist like ideology, but like in capitalism, just like I am a nice person, but like I'm going to stand my ground for like what I want and I know what I deserve.
Sure.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on a corporate gig where like there's been some connective tissue where you're like, oh, I can bring this back to my art? Or is it really like this is like...
No, every time I think about like how do I serve the community that's uplifted me to get to this point. So I'm like, how do I signal back to them that like they're amazing and like thank you.
Okay. That's beautiful.
Get your money up so you can get your gummy up.
Exactly.
Right? That's the new motto. You've worked with the likes of Gucci, Valentino, Coach, every magazine under the sun. Who pays the best?
Ooh, that's I'm not that person. I don't really kiss and tell. I don't kiss and tell anyway. I think that like any relationship you see me having is probably one that is completely organic, and like if you see me working with a company, they're probably really nice to me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Have
I
you
can read
had to
between
turn
the lines on that.
Yeah. What's the biggest bag you maybe had to turn down because it was like not a fit, or is a company that is fucking trash in whatever aspect you?
I won't say any name, but like if it doesn't align with like what I want to do in the moment, I'm probably not going to do it.
Even if it's a big old check.
Won't
big
care.
old bag. No.
Don't care.
Damn.
Have you been saying no more often now as your star has risen? You have
Yes,
to, right?
because I just want to keep like my integrity. Like
Right,
I'm not in this for anything other than the art.
Okay.
What's your day rate?
Ooh, a dirty question. Oh, I won't be telling you, but you can ask my agent.
Okay. All right.
Edwin, shut up.
In terms of the art itself, how much is an original print going for these days? Can we talk
There's a
about
price
that?
list, and you can look it up.
Okay.
How does that work? Do I walk into the
Yeah.
gallery and I'm like, hey, can I see a price list for like I'm
Yes.
really interested in this one and can I?
Hey, can we see a price list?
Any gallery,
Yeah?
Yeah.
there's a price list right at the front. You can it's a QR code.
How much are we sold through?
I've sold this one.
Oh, nice.
And I sold that one in the back.
Hell
to
yeah.
my favorite artist, Nicolene has bought them, and I was.
Wow.
She bought both?
Yeah,
Fire.
and it's amazing because like she has supported me from the beginning of my work. In Contact Fest, maybe 2019, I showed the Glitter Boy series, and like she posted it on her story. She was like, "Whoever this Glitter Boy is, I'm in Toronto, and I would love to meet you." And we had dinner that night at Soho
wow.
House. And so it's just I love that she pays it forward, and like we're just gonna continue showing that the power of Black queer art, like the power of erotica, like what that means, and just like, shout out to her.
Damn, that's
when
amazing.
when you got your first big check, whether it was from the art or the commercial work or somewhere between the two, what was like the first attaboy gift you got yourself when that paycheck touched down?
Mama made it.
Okay, the first thing that comes to mind, and it's not the first thing that I've like done, but when I did Calvin, just because like I've become like a bag girl in the past few years, and it's been really nice to like shop luxury bags. So Bottega is like my brand of choice if I'm going to spend some money, just because it's like quality. And
We got to go to the Woodbury Commons outlet after this.
Oh my God, please. I would love to go. And anytime I buy myself a bag, I also buy my mom a bag.
Oh, that's
I'm like,
awesome, dude.
Like she's the one that like got me exposed into any of this, and like her taste is amazing. And I'm like, I always want to, like, if I'm like, I call her that bitch, and I'm that bitch junior. And it's like
TBJ?
Yo,
Damn,
no, for
great title,
real.
that bitch junior.
And I like bring her out to fashion because my mom had me at 14, so she's 40 this year.
Shout out your moms.
And she's just an amazing woman. So we went to go get Bottega bags, and it was right after Calvin. I got the really big Jody in this wine color, which is one of my favorites because I've also just never seen any other bitch with it.
Right.
And
They
I'm
all
like,
went green. You went wine.
And mom
Yeah,
didn't just
and they
get a
also want,
wallet.
like, a
Mom
small
got a big
size.
10-gallon too, right? Like,
yeah, I know. Okay, so I got, because like she wanted a Chanel bag at first, and I was like, quiet luxury is better.
Right.
And I'm like, also like I want her to be able to wear that bag and not like it be like this like massive blasting thing, because
Right.
she's also
Please
in
rob me.
No, yeah, I'm like, she's in Philadelphia, and I just want her to live a life that like is luxurious but like very calm, and like she can wear this to the PTA meeting, and the moms that know
Right,
know.
right. No one's gonna talk shit to that bitch.
Yeah, and so I got her like
Senior.
I got her like a pretty large size. I don't know the name of that one, but it has like the really nice gold chain, and it's like kind of big woven, like kind of like a clutchy type
Bottega, if you're listening,
situation.
we need that bitch senior on flow team.
Yeah, come on.
Like,
guys.
please invite her to the show. She would literally gag. Matthew, come on.
Is she sitting front row? Like, is she fucking?
We sat
out
front
here?
row together at Bianca Saunders, because Bianca is like a long friend,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was really funny because like that was her first time like really experiencing Paris for the first time, and then I'm like, okay, come see Bianca's show, and I'm
That's
like,
so
come see
sick.
my friend's show, and she's like, bitch, your friend is showing during Paris Fashion Week.
Yeah.
And so we walk up to the show, and I never forget her turning around to me and being like, bitch, is that Jordan Woods?
That was her big takeaway.
No, well, like,
Wait,
I'm like,
no, you weren't sitting in front of Jordan Wood. She was definitely front row as well.
we
right?
were both front row, and like,
But just walking in, you were
Yeah.
like,
yeah, and so like, well, she was, and I'm like, well, yeah, girl, like,
and Jordan was like, "Yo, is that bitch senior?"
exactly. And maybe like because my mom looks like my friend most times, so that people
Yeah.
don't really like, they're like, oh, like, hi, nice to meet you, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
this is my mom, and everyone's face is like, wait.
This is that bitch.
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
and like
I've heard about her.
Yeah, no, my mom and Bianca's mom met each other too.
Oh, that's great.
And like it was just like those moments are so nice to me and so special, because like the first time I was in London, Bianca like showed me that she can drive a stick shift, and we drove to her mom's house, and like her mom gave us like curry chicken
That's
and rice,
awesome.
and it was like one of the best meals I had in London.
Damn, shout out Bianca.
Yeah, shout out
Bianca's
to her
Fucking
mom
nice
too.
on the
Her
curry.
mom has done all of her hair for her shows, and also does all of the catering for
Oh,
like
wow.
for her productions, and also like if anytime I think Cisse is doing a shoot in London too. Shout out Cisse.
It's a
from
family
Places and
ordeal.
Faces. Anytime like.
Moms rock.
No, they really do. Especially black moms, they really show up.
So is that kind of a ritual where after every like big gig or big job, like it's the bag shopping, whether it's like with moms or you send her one?
Like I just it just depends. Like I loved having her out at Paris Fashion Week with me, because everyone's like, oh, like after running around doing all the shows, they're like, oh, I'm gonna like go have these meetings. I'm just like, well, I'm gonna go like have lunch with my mom, because also in that summer she was getting married.
Okay.
And so we were like
Girls
like,
trip.
Yeah. Well, my stepdad was there too, so I was like, you're gonna fall in love. I'm gonna like have a 2-week
Yeah.
boyfriend in Paris. Like this is gonna be a really fun time for the both of us. But we got to have these like really intimate conversations in the morning about like just where we are in life, that we're like physically in Paris.
You were
And, like,
eating, you were praying, you were loving.
like
in
fully.
the city of lights, baby.
And it was really amazing, and such a full circle moment for like our journey as like
One
mother
more
and
time,
son.
shout out to that bitch senior.
Has your mom
real.
been to the show?
Yes.
To Quiladelphia?
Oh, opening night.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah?
And she also showed up in my Sky High Farm collab, which I didn't know she bought.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like
That's so sick.
Months later, like reveals that she has a Farm Boys Do It Better t-shirt.
Such a mom move, showing up to the show in the merch, you know?
with all of my cousins in a Sprinter van.
Oh, really?
And I was like,
It was a whole
Yeah.
Lemons affair.
Were they like partying
I was
on the
like,
way?
Where? I was like, well, like she runs a really. I was like, oh, the business must be doing well. Like full Sprinter.
She's like, yeah, I sold a
11
Bottega bag on
cousins.
StockX.
And like, so my entire family, like that was everybody that was 18 and older came, and like I have like a lot of siblings.
The whole Lemons clan.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It was a lemon party.
Pulled up.
it was, and it's like also like once you meet them, you'll know not to fuck with me, because they will beat your ass.
I know, like, clearly the fam coming through and supporting you. I got to know, what do your mom and maybe your stepdad and your cousins think of the work? Are they shocked? They find it shocking?
Excuse me, I just burped.
It's okay.
No, they found it really beautiful.
Okay.
They said, now I'm really burpy.
You got so excited to just talk about your Paris trip with moms.
I know. It's so, because that was such a beautiful moment. No, they were really proud of me in like my journey, one bravery, and then they like no one could say anything negative when like the turnout was insane.
Right.
And everyone is just like, this is so beautiful. Like, shout out to you for being this honest and taking a risk.
Yeah.
If you had any doubts just because of like you heard it through the family group chat or whatever, and then you pull up and you're just like, oh shit, he shut down Orchard Street.
Shut down.
Well, like I kind of told them explicitly that it was pretty nude.
Right.
And I told them that my younger siblings that like, because I have siblings that
Oh, that's why I was 18 plus.
Yeah. Because I was like,
A little too
I
erotic.
think that my younger siblings would definitely appreciate the work, but I'll let them like be children.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
have that be like a really sacred moment. And like I want them to grow up and like then look back at this work and be like, damn, like he was like really going for it.
Right.
Besides giving you the opportunity to have this beautiful trip with moms and shower her with gifts and do her proud, not just her, but the whole family. Besides that, like what's your favorite thing about the fashion industry and also the art industry? Beyond just like the success that you've garnered for yourself.
I love the community. Like I think that's a really fun thing to really it's a really words. Meeting everyone in the community is like just so special because I feel like for so long I think that we all exist as kind of like outsiders that are kind of nerdy and like into clothing in a way that like probably everyone you grow up around is like, babe, like where I'm like wearing a t-shirt and it's like $3 and like we all appreciate like the fine art and like the quality of the things that we're wearing.
You're like finding your tribe.
Yeah, and in a really beautiful way. And I just like for so long was like looking for my tribe, and it's like nice to meet it in real time at like different places, especially like going to the show where like everyone there is like a handful like curated. People don't like shout out to the PR girls that curate those front rows because that's a really fun conversation. That know like people are like, oh yeah, they're sitting this person next to that person. I'm like, they're starting conversations that could probably not organically happen because these people are from different parts of the world.
I want to ask you a super loaded question. Do you think truly that you could have found this kind of tribe in Philly, or did you have to come to New York?
Oh no, I knew I had to leave.
Okay.
And not because Philly isn't like Philly pride is so insane, and I have so much pride for my city, but I just knew that I was a global person from a young age, and I wanted to explore and connect, and I was just curious. And if I stayed in Philly, I don't think I would have been able to make this work because a lot of the work in the show is me, one, exploring my blackness and queerness, and especially as that changes in different spaces. Like, it's understood differently. Like, in New York, I got to be freer than I was in Philly and not really have, like, because Philly's a little conservative, but not in a way that I don't respect. Like, I love that I just get to be a normal person there. And then in New York, I just get to be who I want to be on any day, but that changes in LA, and it changes in London, and it changes in Paris. And it's like, people understand blackness and queerness in so many different ways, and it allowed me to really look at that like a kaleidoscope.
So you have to move for your work like a shark. He can't. If he stops moving, he's dying.
No, not true. I think still
Okay.
this is a lot of things because I shot a lot of this, and I've been in New York for like a year, which is the longest I think I've been here in like 2 to 3 years.
Oh, wow.
But it was nice to like just focus and take everything that I've learned from this like journey and like distill it and like show you guys like
Culmination
of like my worldly experiences.
So you talked about finding your tribe, finding your community. What's the perception with throwing fits in the queer black community? Because I feel like we've made some inroads. You know, we're having a fire conversation with you. We're besties with Raul Lopez now. You know, like say what up to Matthew Henson anytime we see him at an event. But like,
Shout out, Matt.
What's going on there? Are we good? Are we good in
What's
that
the
hood?
craziest thing is like my first internship in New York, or like one of my really like early ones, was at Complex, and I was working with Matthew Henson.
Really? Were we
Yeah.
there? Do you remember us?
Do you yeah.
What year? Do you know what year?
Wait.
When was this?
Was Corey Stokes there?
Yeah, Corey Stokes probably had just left.
I think.
We might have been
What year
gone.
was this? You know what year this was?
So my freshman year of college, okay, probably 2015, because I'm class of 2019.
I think I was there.
I think I just
Ooh,
missed
I
you
you.
was
were in the
there.
office? I was in the marketing department at first, and then I switched over to fashion with Matthew.
Like doing like samples
Yeah.
and returns.
I was really good at my
God.
job.
Wow, we were
Really
liked me.
organized.
Wait, we're coworkers.
Oh my God, from a different life.
I know. So, you know, we were coworkers then. Are we co-members or no? Is throwing fits? Are we good in any hood?
Can we
Like
get the pass?
yeah.
I'm not giving out passes, but you still have to earn that.
How
No.
can we come to your very fun parties? Because
that's
clearly they're
basically
more. They're
Well, I
more
would just
lit.
invite you.
Oh,
Okay.
sick.
But
Fire.
passes for what? Like, I can't
Fun
give you a
party.
black
Just
card.
coming to hang out. No, just coming to hang out.
To chill.
Oh yeah, like y'all are cool. Like, but that's the thing where I think there's like such a call and response to like queer culture and like straight culture and like the bros and the boilies.
The boilies. The boilies.
Yeah, no, I think we're like always in conversation. I think you guys we take from each other.
Okay.
Follow-up question.
Yeah, this is
Because this is something we've been
crucial.
dealing with as we've made further friends and inroads into this community. How can we dress or even act so it's not immediately obvious that we're the fucking narc ass accountants at the function?
Yeah.
Oh, we
'Cause
know
that's
that.
how we feel.
Oh, it's always gonna.
We know
you can
that,
smell
but
it.
it's fine. Just be you.
Okay.
Like don't, because like what's really annoying to me is like the straggit, like
Yep.
that pops up and it's like queer baiting and
Right.
doing all of that, and I'm like,
That's disingenuous.
yeah, and I'm like, yes, you're appreciating queer culture, but you're also co-opting it for like financial reasons,
Right.
and I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh girl, that's not cute. But because I'm like, are you gay? Or like, what's going on here? And I don't want to figure that out.
Right.
But I think that's weird. I think most queer people will tell you that's weird, and you should probably stop doing that.
Right.
I think we're pretty respectful. Like we just post up at the bar and like drink. We're the
Beer?
only people drinking beer there, and like you know.
Yeah. No, and that's where I'm like, no, we like most queer men like straight boys. Like we're not like we're all men, so it's like
forbidden
nice
fruit.
to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. No, I don't even chase the trait. I do not like chasing the trait. So like, but I'm just saying, I know like my friends get like caught up in that, and it's like a really like
It's a cultural exchange.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Two-way
I'm talking
street.
about the dating. The dating, like when the straggots pull up and they're like dating for like weird reasons of like clout
Right.
or like you're in fashion and those things. Like I don't really like that. So I've never really been attracted to that. But I just know that like it's hard for queer people to just connect generally and find like someone.
Right.
And when the boys do that thing, that it makes it really hard to like
Well, not
know
the,
what's going on.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say the word STRAGGOT, but like, can I say that? I can say it. Whatever.
Can we get the pass for that?
But Raul was saying, he's like, yo, but strays, where it's like straight guys that just hang out with the gays, and it's not like
Yeah.
not for any like nefarious reasons or like clout chasing reasons.
Yeah, we're into
and
that.
he's like, yo, like
Homies.
y'all are strays, like come fucking pull up. anytime.
Yeah, like we're not like what like we come to the just straight events. Y'all come
Right.
to the gay
Yeah.
ones. It doesn't have to be
Straight
weird.
events, most
Just-
of them.
Yeah, like, only flirt with us if it's genuine. Is
Right.
what we're saying.
That's fair.
Well, if you want to go Knick game or Rangers game, we got you, bro.
I'm so like that's the other thing too. Is like we like sports-ish kind of. We want to
Right.
know
Yes.
like
Our
just-
boilies are into
well, like,
sports-ish.
I'm just leaning to the stereotype, obviously.
Yeah, like well, we like events.
Yeah.
and we like looking cute.
Yeah,
So, like,
absolutely.
sitting
VIP
courtside in a
access.
fire fit.
Like
Yeah.
courtside, not
Everyone
the middle row.
loves-
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You know what the universality is? It's chicken tenders. Everyone just loves fucking chicken tenders.
Y'all been to
at the Knick
Cane's?
game.
The great equalizer.
No, not yet.
You haven't been the Canes.
No, not
I've
yet.
never had Raising Cane's in my life.
Oh my god, it's so
It's-
good.
it
You're
lives up to
missing
the hype.
out.
The one in New York.
Yes.
Haven't been yet.
It
it fire?
For me, it was a journey in LA because like Kane stays open really late and it's like the after spot now in LA.
Not In and Out. In and Out is done.
They close early.
Well, they close early, and I'm just not really trying to eat like a burger.
True.
Also, In-N-Out
I'm not. I
overrated.
like burgers, but I'm not trying to eat a burger every
Right.
time. And Raising Cane's is just great.
So you made the pilgrimage and you were sold.
1,000%. Like
Okay.
that's like my meal of choice
Is
late night in
Cane's
LA.
your number one fast food
Ooh, yeah,
right now?
confidently.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow. All right. Man knows what he likes.
Shots
Well,
at
it's because they
Popeyes.
change out the chicken every 8 minutes, the fries
Really?
every 4 minutes, and
Wow,
the bread
I know
every
that.
2
Fresh
minutes.
fast food.
Yeah,
I just
like
hear about the Texas toast and the
Cane's,
sauce all the time.
I'm here, please. Like, I would love to be like, I get gifted shit. Like, I would love to be gifted Cane's.
What you get?
nailed
Like,
the chicken tender.
Well, like, or yes, like, or just like give me like one of those like you know, like Chipotle used to give the cards out.
Oh, like
yeah, yeah,
Beyonce's all-time Popeyes swiper.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I would love that with Cane's.
what is as an artist? What do you get for
Hear
free?
me.
Because we get clothes, right? Obviously, like, but like, what do you get? Clothes? You get like what are you on flow for?
I get a lot of things. The most fun thing recently that I've gotten, Gia Cocapella. This is where my Italian last name. Her, you know, her sister. Her aunt Sophia is about to do her Priscilla movie.
Okay.
And the long lineage of that family when it comes to movie making.
Yes.
But they have a winery. They have
Oh,
like
which
a
is
wine
really good.
company.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like this crazy manic white bitch on the front of the bottle.
Damn, you get free wine?
Yes, every now and again.
We gotta hang out, bro.
No, I like when I say this wine is so strong too.
Oh yeah.
Like I love being like a little wine mom and like being drunk as fuck, like off the rosé,
Off the juice.
Yeah, like but
Off
when
the
I'm,
Chardonnay.
but it's like when I'm home and like we're hosting with my friends and we do like a hot pot, like
Right.
It's like really cute moment, but like that wine had us bent. Like
That's how you know it's good, brother.
Francis Ford got me fucked up.
No, for real. Like, but it's also nice that like it's like Francis Ford's pipeline of like winery where it's like, no, G is on her shit, and that manic bitch from the front of that bottle will look like her.
Have you been to the Coppola Hotel in Italy?
I have not, but would love, and I also want to see that. I want to see the vineyard. I want
In
like
Napa,
those are
right?
two
Or
things.
in Italy. Where is it?
That's a great question. I would assume it would be in Napa, but
I think it's.
also,
We'll know
I think
when
they
we get
started
the
in
invite,
Napa.
right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see the
What is it,
wine.
a press trip?
Yeah.
Right. That would be all right. That's the fun one. That would be
Yeah.
the fun like collab between the straights and the gays.
Can your
hell
agent
yeah.
hit up Mr. Coppola? And see if we can get
I
a-
can ask. We're focusing right now.
Right.
right,
You know,
yeah.
back to the show.
Absolutely.
As a post Quiladelphia, when the show closes and you've sold through mad of these
I'm gonna
photographs.
sell this bitch out.
Yeah,
That's
let's
like
do
my
it.
personal goal.
Manifest it,
Fuck
baby.
yeah.
Like I was happy to sell one. Like that was like really the real personal goal. Like
Right. Check the box.
Right.
Got the one out
Got
the
it.
way.
But like now I want to sell out because
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, like once you do the sellout, it's like all right, museum time. Baby.
Ooh, true.
Is it, what's like the as an artist? Is there an ultimate goal or like another like what's the biggest box you want to check?
Just to have my work be in like interpermanent collections across the globe, so then it like lives beyond me, and
Right.
everyone that like I'm shooting gets to live in that way too.
A legacy for you and your subjects.
Yeah, to validate the Black queer experience.
By collectors or museums or both?
Museums, collectors.
Whoever.
Like let's show it. Like
Whoever
let's-
whoever can cut the check.
Yeah.
Well,
Who got
that,
bag?
but also that wants to show the work and not just like kind of hide it and hoard it.
Like not as an investment to like hide it from the tax man.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, I don't know what you're doing with your taxes. I don't really ask those questions.
Yeah, no snitches.
But I think it's like,
I got cool in the Clearport, bro.
no, I think that it's just like, because I want the work to live on.
Right.
And I think that like, as Black queer people, we don't get to exist fully.
Right. Wait, is black art really being like kind of hidden in these institutions, like straight up?
No,
Okay.
no, not at all. There's like, you see like people like McLean, you see people like Kahinde, you see people like that, like enter the canon and like be part of it. But it's just like the door has to stay open.
Right.
Yeah.
Like those can't be the only names that we know. Like it has to be people like my age and younger really coming into the space and claiming it.
Do you think the door's closing slowly? Do you notice it or is it still kind of
No, it's
as open as it was
well,
maybe
I'm not a
10 years,
person
5
that
years
takes
ago?
a closed door as a no. I'm like, I'm gonna fling it open and like bring my niggas with me.
Right. Who are like the peers, like the younger black photographers that you really respect? Obviously, there's like a lot of names that people see.
Have you heard of the new Black Vanguard, the book by Aperture? I think every name in that book is, well, we're one friend.
Tyler
I believe
Mitchell
we're
for
speaking
sure.
to one.
Yeah.
We're speaking to one.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm one of the 15.
It's 15.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
all 15 off top like Pokemon?
Tyler, Nadine, Renelle, Micaiah, Dana Scruggs, Namza,
This is a lot more than I expected, so kudos to you.
Adrian Raquel,
Halfway there. You.
Ariel Bob Willis. Me was a given. I'm speaking.
You can book it.
There's a few more.
Do your
in
Googles,
there.
people.
There's
Yeah.
a few more in there, and I'm like, I know them. I like we like that's the one thing. It was that book was really about community and really showing that, and we're all really acquainted and like really good. Like some of us better friends than others.
Is
but
there a
it's
Black
just-
Vanguard group chat?
We had one in the beginning, but like most
fell
group
off.
chats they die off.
Right.
But like
Were the
no,
memes
like,
fire?
we don't send nudes. I mean, we
No,
can.
the memes.
Oh, I thought nudes. I was like, I heard nudes.
Damn, girl.
I was like, why would we be sending nudes? Like, what? That'd be kind of too intimate. I don't want to know. Like, maybe.
Were the memes banging?
Well, we were just like, what time y'all get into the show? Right? 'Cause, like we were
Who's
asking
wearing what?
those- well, like
We can't
no.
both wear this Bottega jacket.
That was such a fun, like that. Like when that opening happened, it was right before Panorama,
Yeah.
the big lockdown, and it was the last show at Aperture, like in the Aperture Gallery space ever. So we shut Aperture down, and that was such a joyous moment because that was some of the first time I met. So like we knew, like every
Right.
photographer kind of knows and is conscious of other photographers
Yeah.
making good work, but that was the first time we got to like all meet each other.
That's sick.
And like hug and
Yeah.
like. be like
The first Avengers link up. It's a big one.
like no, that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
And so it's like we all have like our own hero journey, but then it's nice to have those moments where we get to unify and defeat Thanos, and like Thanos is like
Everyone has the gritty origin story.
yeah, and it's like we're all like it's really like an Avengers where we all have our different superpowers.
Right.
Okay, so if we mentioned that your favorite thing about the fashion art industry, so what's your least favorite thing about, let's say, the fashion industry? Let's start there.
Let's get negative, Quill.
Is it the snakes, the rats,
I'm
and the
not
goofies?
a negative person, so I really like everything about. I'm like the one person that shows up and is like, I like this. Like,
I'm having fun.
Honestly,
Yeah.
very refreshing.
Yeah.
no, because everyone
And hopefully contagious.
well, everyone's kind of like jaded, and I don't like that because I think that everyone should really like what they're doing, and then if you don't, then why are you here?
Right.
And so like I'm like, what's up, y'all? Like, what's going on? And everyone's like, I don't know if I like this. And I'm just like,
I was just pouting.
and I'm like I definitely sometimes have resting bitch face, but it's like a facade. Like I'm inside, I'm like screaming for joy. Like, do you not see? Like, I'll never forget. Like last time I was in Paris, I had the craziest skin infection. Don't know where it came from.
Okay.
And when I got back home, they don't know
You
what it.
like rash? Was it a rash? Like
It
what
was like so bad. It was like my entire chest was like full of blood.
Yikes.
And
Damn.
but I was invited to Comb, and I was invited to Vivienne Westwood. So I was like, I'm staying. I don't know what y'all talking about. My whole family was like, monitor it. Maybe you need to go to the
Please seek
hospital.
For real.
I was like, and I did.
Motherfucker got scabies.
I didn't want to. I wanted to know what was going on, and so my mom and my agent were texting behind my back, like, "Do we need to like pull the plug on this?" And I'm like, "Y'all are not doing that. I'm seeing this Vivienne Westwood show.
Right.
I'm seeing this Comb show because those are like." It's really hard to get those invites. So I was like,
Absolutely.
I'm not passing that moment up. And I'm also in Paris. I really love being in Paris. So I was like,
Skin
I'm going to
rash
thug
be
it out. I'm
damned.
thugging it out. And it hurt like hell. And I just remember being in that Vivienne Westwood show and like seeing Arena and seeing Bella and like just being like, and that's also like Bella was everywhere that fashion week. I'm just like, this bitch is having a moment. I'm like, I have to see this. Like, and we got home. I took antibiotics for like 2 weeks, and then it was cleared.
Wait, was
So it
this before Vivienne Westwood had passed?
Yes.
Oh, so then you made the right call.
I know I always do.
Yeah.
I was like,
That was worth it. 2 weeks of antibiotics be damned. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, but that's the thing where I'm like, I really love this, and like I am
You live
not,
it.
You love this shit.
It's not a game to me, and like
and you haven't taken it for granted, like a lot of people might have.
No, and I really appreciate all of the invitations that I receive. I appreciate all of the gifts and like working in the space and meeting everyone.
Well, speaking of fucking meeting a goat and just the rarest opportunity, shooting Ice Spice. I want to ask a technical question.
Yeah.
For all the photographers out there, what sort of lens did you need to get all of Ice Spice's badonkadonk in frame?
I shot her on a Mamiya RZ.
Okay.
6.7, which
had
is
a-
like my
had a-
camera of choice. So
Okay.
a normal camera. She is definitely thick as hell in the best way.
Was she
but
cool?
Yeah.
So sweet.
Super fun on set, I would imagine, right?
Super sweet. Kind of like more soft spoken than I thought, but
Reserved.
she had won a VMA last night for Best New Artist.
Okay.
So like I'm like, babe, I get it. Like, but I'm like, let's just have fun and like let's take our time with this. And she was so sweet, so down to like do everything and pose. And it was so funny because I found out she's like a Lana fan.
Oh,
And I'm like,
toxic.
well, we were playing like the new album, like Under the Bridge, Under the Tunnel, Under the West Highway in WeHo. No, I'm kidding.
That one.
But it's a mouthful.
No,
It's a lot of
it's
words.
One of the longest titles, and so we were both like laughing at that, and we were like, I was shooting her to Lana, and it was just like, wow, we're really the same girl, and
Right.
I knew that going into it, because I'm just like, I appreciate her sensibilities to like laugh at herself and like
Yeah.
and like be just on this journey and like committed to it. Because I think that most people would like get caught up in the hype of it all, but I love that she's like, yeah, man, I don't know what they're saying.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know what the
love,
fuck
I love
going
that
on.
even in the interview
It's
when
a
I was,
vibe.
because I also read every interview of the story that I shoot.
Of course, yeah.
And I love that she was like talking about like the situation with when the guy was like, she was like, first Chinese lady, first of all, I'm thick.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Oh.
like, we was like, yes. And I was like, this is crazy that he would want to say that, but I mean, whatever. But I love that she was like, first of all, I'm thick. Like, get it right. Like, and like, I love that she pays everything because it's like, she's the biggest star in the world.
Right.
And like, I was like, they asked me to like, what do I think of her? And I'm like, well, she's living the American dream.
Truly.
In like the purest sense, like the true idea of the American pop star.
And you guys like connect. That's one of the levels I'm sure you connected on too, because you're doing it yourself, right?
Yeah.
Speaking
Well,
of more
thank you.
like, oh no, sorry, I didn't want to cut you off.
No, continue. I was just saying thank you.
I just wanted more.
Happy you see me as a pop star.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to do more forced name dropping from our end. And fact check this: are you still the youngest person who ever has had a Vanity Fair cover for the Billie Eilish shoot? Or
I believe so.
Okay, you still got that. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to
That's
make
what
sure.
Wikipedia says.
Yeah, right. We
Well,
got to
facts
track.
then.
I mean, that's got to be real.
Right.
Then, 100%.
No, but
how old were you when you shot that?
23.
Oh
Damn.
shit!
It was.
Were you older than Billy at that point?
I was like,
Yeah, definitely.
a
She's
little
like
bit.
21 right now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We were in the middle of that shoot, which was. She's another one. Like every like huge person or just any person you see me shoot, we end up like genuinely connecting as people. And she's another one that's like extremely sweet. And that was just a really fun day. But I was staying at the Sunset Tower at that time, and we were like fat check.
Big fucking flex alert.
Big flex.
Vanity Fair got that Conde money.
Yeah.
On his own.
He was looking to just get in
dime.
the Guinness Book of World Records with that one, I'm sure.
It's like, sorry, I'm not. Quil Lemons does not stay at the Hojos. I'm fucking the Sunset Tower on my own dime.
I love the Sunset Tower because it's like, I love that it's a hotel with a history.
Right.
Yeah.
And like,
It's old Hollywood.
Like, well, also hospitality is something that like I'm like was raised in the South, so like when I invite you into my home, I'm like everything you want, like go for it. I lived at the Sunset Tower is like anything you want.
Right.
Like I brought
What's
a
mine
dog
is yours.
into my hotel room.
Oh,
a
cute.
full-on pit bull.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Are they pet friendly normally?
I don't know.
Who gives a shit?
I was just like, can I bring this dog in my room? And they were like, sure.
It's your dog?
No, it was my friend's dog.
Okay. Got it.
It was really, and she's cute as Eve.
Were people freaking out like the normal Sunset Tower crew when you came through like DMX with the pit bull?
I saw a Afghan hound, I believe, in Sunset Tower.
Okay.
And I just, they like the vibes. They like
Okay.
me.
I was gonna say people aren't usually racist against Afghan hounds though, you know what I'm saying?
No, but I feel like a pit bull gets a bad reputation.
Absolutely.
They're sweet
They're
dogs.
Love a pit.
Yeah.
Also, everyone at the Sunset Tower has gone off the fucking martinis in the cocktail room. You know.
I really love staying there because it's really fun. But in that moment, I remember Vanity Fair was like fact checking the entire time. Like they went through the archives to make sure, and no one was younger than me.
Okay. You can motherfucking book it, people.
Yeah.
When you connect with these celebrity fucking A-listers on the set,
Yeah.
are you like, yo, give me your math, like let's link up later and have a drink?
No, that's kind
keep
of
it
strange.
professional.
Yeah, I'm very professional when I'm on set, but I think the most important thing is to like really connect, be intimate.
Do they want to
this
hang with
person.
you? Is
Yeah.
it really?
I think they like my vibes.
Yeah.
the photos say it.
Right.
Well, here's a gauche question leading into this. Who is the most famous person in your phone? Lawrence's favorite question.
A lot of famous people in my phone.
Oh yeah, so we already know you got Steve Lacy's number. number one hit maker, Steve Lacy. But give us some more.
That's so funny because we genuinely just have been friends since we've been like 18, 19.
Right before he was
Yeah.
famous.
And I love him to death.
You know, but you're not even thinking of him, or do you see him as the pop star?
Oh, I think I see people as everything that they are.
Oh, okay.
But I also just don't really hold any weight to this idea of celebrity anymore.
Okay. With that said, again, so who are we talking about when it comes to the context?
It's a long list.
Really?
Yeah.
Impress us. Just give us something.
Bella?
I'm really not that person.
Oh, I know we're trying to
But
make
Lawrence
you that
is.
person.
They're just
I'm
my
a star
friends.
fucker.
I mean, you can look on my Instagram story and you can find out who you consider to be
so
famous.
Barack Obama, got it, dude. Totally.
Yeah, we text on weekends and we play polo.
Who's the most fun person that you've shot like on set? Because we mentioned that Ice Spice was maybe she sounds like she was a little hungover, but you guys caught a vibe
No,
together.
not hungover.
Low
She
key.
was like Ice Spice is busy.
Yes.
And so I'm like she's like really aware of everything that surrounds her and all the conversations that are going on. So
Oh,
I think
okay.
that she's just like taking everything in. And it's like definitely was not hungover.
But
That's
Billie
you, not me.
Eilish, you guys were having fun together. But like, yeah, who have you had the most fun shootings, celebrity wise?
They're different. They're all different people. So it's like, I mean, most recently, like who comes to my mind and she was really fun to shoot with Salma Hayek.
Oh wow, ledge.
And she was like,
Wow.
she was like in her accent, like, I love you. Like, who's this guy? I'm just like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
I'm like, but also I'm like, she's so hot.
Yeah.
So hot.
And like,
She could turn your
knows
straight.
it.
Yeah.
Completely.
Mount Rushmore.
All-timer.
Completely.
Yeah.
From dusk till dawn,
Like,
baby.
respectfully, like, I would definitely
Respectfully,
be
I
straight.
would.
For Salma
Respectfully.
Hayek.
I would throw myself into a wood chipper so I could come back as toilet paper to maybe get used by her.
I'm screaming. I don't know if I'm going that far.
Respectfully.
She gave me the warmest hug, and I was just like, I know, like,
soft.
any man would have died just to hug her.
Can you describe the hug to our 18 million
It was
listeners
really
at home?
warm, and she was like, she was like, "Fuck all of you motherfuckers, I love him the most." And I was like, "Well, that kind of happens. Women really love me."
Yeah. I get that.
I can see
Okay.
that.
Flip side.
As someone that was, you were raised by women.
Yeah,
Right.
We just get each other.
Right.
On the flip side, who has been the shittiest celeb that you've had to deal with?
Sometimes when I'm like looking at myself in the mirror, I'm like,
What?
"Oh God, we're mean to ourselves. We need to be nicer."
Okay.
Oh, like you're your own harshest critic?
I am.
So you're not
gotta
going to
be,
throw
right?
anyone under the bus
No.
or into the wood chipper in James's case.
Yes.
No, no.
All right.
Because I just
That
feel
was a
like
trap.
I feel like most
It's a trap.
celebrities are really interesting people, but like the whole world is looking at them,
And they know that.
Yeah, like you're like some of them are more aware of it than others, and I think I have like such I like as someone who's been ostracized and like in all of their life, I don't think that
Right.
like they realize that their career and the thing that they love to do would become something that would make them come under so much scrutiny and so much judgment.
Right.
And it's like I just have like I connect with that and I want them to just be like
Right.
and be calm and like also just like emote when it comes
Sure.
to taking these photographs because like
Be
back to the-
real.
well, back to the other point where it's like if I'm shooting you, I want to have a picture of you that no one else like gets. I want to see a side of you that no one else gets.
That only Quil can get.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You're really good at avoiding our traps, by the way.
Yeah.
Um,
As your star.
I study journalism, so this is pretty
Oh,
easy.
really? Yeah, because what we do is definitely considered journalism, Quil.
I think so. You do your research.
Yeah, that's for sure.
We look at your IG.
As your star rises astronomically, and your profile, that and the profile that comes with it, are you ever worried about like how people might perceive you now that you're like firmly in the public eye? Or
I'm in the public eye.
yeah, I think so. That's why you're on the fucking show, dog.
True. I'm still digesting that because I don't see myself as like something that's public. It's like, especially on Instagram, it's parasocial where I'm like, all right, y'all, I'm putting out my work. Like it's happening. Like, okay, whatever. And I just kind of turn it off. Like, cause I think that if I was in like, I do know how to exist in the public eye as someone like that has been in the behind the scenes and in front of the scenes that like I turn in and out and turn phone on and off. And it's like, I'm very selective with like who I let see the more intimate parts of myself. And yeah.
Do you have a dream subject you would love to shoot one day?
It's a longer list of people that continuously grows and changes. I mean, in this moment, I do want to shoot Troy Sivan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think that we're speaking the same language. Like, I feel like we are speaking to each other, and we also have shot before. But it's like, I feel like...
He's on a press run right now, right?
I know. Shout out him. Maybe he'll listen to this.
Do you like the album?
Doubtful.
I love the album. I also love the last video, too, where I'm like, oh, she's feeling her pussy in this video.
Oh, the one
yeah,
where
she
he
is.
does
She's
drag for the
cunt.
first time, right?
Yeah. And it's so, like,
I heard
feel
people
like,
criticizing the wig. And by heard, I mean I saw on Black Gay Twitter.
screaming. I mean, well, the gays are gays. And
Yeah.
They're going to always have some critique, but I love the bravery of doing that as like a queer pop star. And I think the team did a really good job because I'm just like, also she's a pretty girl. And I
Just
was
one of
like,
the girls.
Yeah. I think, but also like as someone who's done drag before, it's such like an experience because it's like, whoa. I am me, but I am different, and then you start feeling it, and it's like, wait, because I feel like every gay boy like admires pop divas, and it's like you really get to be like Britney in that moment.
Yeah.
You really get to be Beyonce. You get to be
Live the dream.
Yeah.
exactly in such like a way that's like affirming, but also so like distant, and it's like. Oh my God! Then you start understanding femininity in a different way, and you also understand like trans experience. You also like you start to have a deeper empathy for femininity,
Right.
And I think that like, I was like, oh, okay, that's what I mean. I was like, oh, she's feeling her pussy.
Feeling that soft box.
Yeah.
Okay, so Quil, your advice for everyone was only take the photos or try to be known for the photos that only you can take.
Yes.
Right? And lean into that. What is, if you had to choose one, your favorite photo that you have ever taken?
I think it's behind me.
Yeah?
I
Yeah?
think the self-portrait, because it embodies so many different things.
As a diptych or
diptych,
okay.
because it's like, okay, when I was concepting Quiladelphia, I was like, okay, the birthplace of the American flag is Philadelphia. I was born there, so I was like, this is really fun. But then we get to recontextualize the idea of like Americana, because I'm like, I'm a black boy and this is my country, as much as everyone would like to think that it's not, or like that this country doesn't serve me and I want it to, because I still believe in democracy. And then I was thinking about like when bondage hits black skin, it evokes like this idea of slavery. But I also wanted to say like, I wanted to address the history of it, because I don't think that like I could be this free if my ancestors didn't endure a lot of pain and like escape it. And I'm like wanting to claim that in like a kinky way. And I think the whole point of kink is like to do things that are uncomfortable for like pleasure. So I'm asking you if it's pain or pleasure that you're seeing.
Interesting.
And then I was like thinking about like my entire career, because it feels like I'm being crucified. And I grew up pretty religious, where like my mom's family is like really Christian and my dad is Muslim, and so he's tried to convert me to Islam my entire life, and like I still have like extensive history of like myself, like my like black history, my religions, and all of those things, and I'm like, well, fuck you, because I'm just like I didn't really feel seen by that, and I like kind of have agnostic and spiritual beliefs, and I think that everyone might be overcomplicating something that's like extremely simple, and it's just like live your life. And then I was also thinking about time in a really interesting way, because it's like, as I said, I want to enter like permanent collections and like have the work exist like years beyond me, that like I want people to look back at this and be like, well, she was cunt. Like she went for it.
Is it weird for you to like explain your work? I mean, that was beautiful and wonderful, but
Yeah, and
like,
folks, you need to come to this gallery and listen to this portion of the podcast while looking at the photos.
the idea of like showing versus telling when it comes to art, do you like breaking it down, or do you feel like I got to break it down for these two fucking guys? Like, what's the mindset there?
I feel like I have to break it down sometimes for the viewers, and I'm not going to do that a lot, because I think the work breaks itself down if you really look at it and you start thinking, because I'm asking you to open your mind.
Right.
Some of the personal context that you can't get unless it's straight from the mouth of the artist, right?
Yeah. That's not on Wikipedia.
But that's the whole point of a podcast. So I'm like, you know, giving the deep cut.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
And also to ask you about cum gutters, which we're going to talk about 2 questions
Ooh,
now.
cum
But
gutters.
before that,
Prep yourself.
what's the most well-known, if not, dare I say, viral Quil Lemons photo that
feel
people
like-
would know you for?
Everybody knows me from Glitter Boy.
Yeah.
And I think that when I put the Quiladelphia out, I was like, oh, we got to grow up. Well, I was thinking to myself, I got to grow up, because with that work, I used to be afraid of it, because I was like, how do I make anything that like could amount to that? And then I was like, well, babe, that's not the point. Like, you continue on.
Right.
And like, I feel like Quiladelphia is just a continuation of that language.
These are markers in time versus like benchmarks to hit again, right?
Yeah, because I'm like
It's like horizontal
You can
versus
never
vertical.
relive those first moments, which is why I wanted to. I skipped out on Paris this year, because I really wanted to take in my first show and like really be there and available to people that wanted to know more about it and what I was thinking. And this is like a really beautiful moment, but you really see me mature.
People got to come through and see for themselves.
They do.
It's that simple.
Speaking of beautiful moments, it's time to talk cum gutters.
Let's go, baby. Finally.
Okay.
You know,
I only do squats in the gym.
really, is that the secret to getting such deep Mariana Trench level cum
dude,
gutters?
you have some of the
Everyone
best in the
talks
game.
about them, and I'm like,
Really?
I was a person, because I'm like skinny and like slim,
but
and
cut.
Yeah.
I am
You're
very
ripped,
cut,
dog.
and I've known that my entire life too. But like, I've always been like smaller than most boys, so I was like, it took me a long time to really appreciate my body, and I think that like even in doing this show, it's so nice to be in it,
Like, to love
show
yourself?
it. Yeah,
Did turning the lens on yourself help you with that? With like loving and
Completely.
appreciating who you
Completely.
are?
I'm hot. Like I know that. Like I knew
Facts.
that, but everyone wasn't appreciating it, and I was like, oh no, you're gonna appreciate
Yeah.
this, and that's where I was
Flip
like,
the lens.
You're going to learn today.
yeah, like, and that's where I'm like, maybe I'm a little bit of a sadist or like a dominatrix in some way.
But so cum gutter squats, is that the secret?
Yeah, because
Good genes, I'm sure.
well, yeah, like everyone in my family's pretty hot too. Like I'm like,
Like low cut jeans, is that what you mean? Like to show the cum gutters?
Well, I mean, I'm probably the only one that wears the low cut jeans, but it's been really fun to like show my body off in that way, because I was just like, I feel like there's always been like a curiosity about my sexuality being black and gay, because everyone's like, ooh, hype, like let's make this like a thing. But I felt like I wanted to completely control that conversation, and so like some days you'll see me with them out, some days you'll see me with them hidden.
Well, it's funny you say that because
But you know they're there.
Yeah, and I want to.
yeah.
Do you own any non-cropped T-shirts at all?
A few.
Like we can count them on one hand.
Well, like I started being really intentional about like, because at first it just started with the crop tops, and that was like probably when I was like 21. But now as I've gotten older, I'm just incorporating different ways to like, you know, make your eye dance when you look at me.
Oh.
So I'm like,
Fits that make
Well,
the
can
eye
we-
dance. I like that, dude.
Yeah.
I need to take that one home.
Eyes dancing on the fit. Can I ask, so like, what about, we talked about tips for being behind the lens. What about being in front of the lens? Like, you are a lover of fit pics and
Yeah, I
you
am.
look fire and you're hot. What's some advice for just like looking, you know, fire in front of the lens, especially when it comes to fit pics?
As a subject.
you know that, like, you know, in like Insecure where Issa Rae is like talking to herself in the mirror, like, and she's like, "You were that bitch." Like, you really have to like do that.
the pump
you
up
gotta,
speech.
you gotta hype yourself up.
Power stance.
But like every day, and like it's like
Affirmations.
yeah, completely. And that's where I'm like, the Crystal Girlies really are on to something when they're like, let's like these words of affirmation every day. But it really does change your like outlook on
These
yourself.
cum gutters will pop today.
Yeah, but also like I surround myself in a really like a space of love. So like I try to tell my friends when they're like looking hot too, like that they're hot.
right.
So then they like, so we do the
show
same
love
thing.
to get love, dude.
Yeah, and like surround yourself with it. So then there's nothing else that you feel
Yeah.
other than that.
Honestly, whenever I'm watching Real Housewives, that is like how they greet each other. Just like, oh my God, you look amazing, you look so pretty. Like,
Women
why
do it
aren't
all the
fellas,
time.
why aren't the fellas
But
doing
how
that?
fake is that love,
The
dude?
housewives are doing it in the fake way, where it's like they
Yeah.
can't. That's the only way they can
well, they're
emote to
being
each other.
cunty.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
It's
like-
oh, you made a choice today.
Right. But like it's also like fun to like I also like I let my friends have their own fashion sensibilities and their choices too, because then it's like I like digest it sometimes and I can like relate it back to them, and then they're like, wait, bitch, you just like stole my like whole like fit. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's the
Swagger
whole point.
jacking at its finest.
But also like sometimes like if we're like going out, I'm like, well, wear this. Like I
Right.
haven't
Yeah.
like my friends will go like, all right, what's in the rotation we can't touch, but like what's not in the closet rotation is
interesting.
free game.
Right.
So you are loaning out to the homies.
Well, we kind of all exchange. Like, if they're in a fire jacket, I want to wear it too.
Right.
Like,
That's a
and-
different type of trade.
Yeah. Well, of course. Well, like, why? Like, why? I don't want to be friends if we can't like be cute.
Share.
It's
Yeah.
a
with each
collective
other.
John's bargaining agreement. Who is your most stylish friend?
Ooh,
But and then you can't say yourself.
you can't say yourself.
Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that boy's in the row every day, and it makes me like I'm like every time I'm like he goes so hard with fashion, but he's also like so calm about it.
Right.
And I love that like when Fit Vomit is on the posting spree, it's making me drool because he's like
That's how good it is.
Woo! That's how you know it's good, people.
yeah no like he has the best fashion sensibilities.
Do you ever take what have you maybe borrowed from his sensibilities, and then has he ever maybe asked you for advice or taken your feedback and you've seen it like come out in a manifestation?
We kind of both just acknowledge each other's really good fits and like go like, oh, where's this from, and like just exchange in that way. It's really like fun, like almost like two girlies in the bathroom being like, you look amazing, like exactly, or like that's like kind of how we exchange that.
They're not being bitches to each other. Actually,
the
meaning
words
it.
of affirmation.
Never.
That come from a
and
sincere
like
place.
he, I'm never gonna forget, gave me this Toga Archives dress.
Ooh.
And it was like such a like really fun moment because like we just do that. Like I don't know, we just have like a really like healthy like gay relationship.
Shout out,
Love
Steve.
that.
If you're looking to get rid of any row, I'm fucking.
Screaming. No, but yeah,
your
no,
size.
he like in the
You
past
can
year,
flip it on Grail.
Yeah.
in the past year, he's been like on this row journey, and I
Yeah.
like love it.
No, he
'cause
looks
it's
great.
Growing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like fully. And I'm just like, I just love that he'll, his commitment to it.
Right.
Because I think that most people would be like, why would I spend that much money on the dress?
Right.
Or like, why would I spend that much money? And it's just like, babe, it's the row.
It's the row.
Yeah.
Do you have like, I mean, I know you're a very confident guy and you've loved yourself through all eras of your life. However, did you ever have a personal style phase that maybe looking back now, you can still appreciate, but does make you think, what the fuck was I thinking?
Like, yes, I think all of my younger years, I'm like, oh my God, babe, what? Let's be more like chic and like, but I'm also like, I'm like a person that naturally gravitates to color. And like, I always appreciate that about like me. Cause I think that most guys like kind of like
Are afraid of it.
shy away so
Yeah.
much from it. And I
Don't
don't
dim
know,
your light.
I don't know how to do that. Like, it's like something that always comes very organically. I'm just like, I really love this. I love texture. I love color. But
During your Tumblr era, were you in like were you like in
American
your swag
Apparel?
era, like doing the Dougie and like color in like
Of
red
course,
skinny jeans?
Of course. I look like that stuff really cringes me out.
Of course.
But I think that like anybody looks back at their like teenage years and goes, whoa. But you also didn't appreciate the formation because like I remember when I was probably like in 5th and 6th grade, me and my friends, like I was always kind of like really into fashion and like but this is like the time of when like Abercrombie and Hollister like at their peak. We had like an ongoing thing like who could win by not wearing the same Abercrombie t-shirt like to school.
Wow.
And we went for
gets
probably
pricey.
like 2 months.
Wow.
And like it got to like day 45 and I was like, all right, I'm not winning this.
Like
Like,
the fucking war of attrition over Abercrombie tees, dude.
because we would like save up all of our like yearly money, especially like Christmas money, and like only spend it there. And then we were like, wait, okay, this is kind of weird now. Like once we hit like 7th grade, we're like American Apparel, like Abercrombie's done.
I need a flat brim hat that says peso in different currency letters.
No, oh my God, no! I love the first of all the Kesh collaboration. People don't talk about that enough with AA. Like Kesh is one of my favorite like early aughts artists because I'm just like that girl was everywhere and like was touching everything and like is still now like a really big collaborator. I know with Ricardo.
Okay.
She had like a really a big collaboration with American Apparel and everyone like wanted it and she had these like really like unique tights, a t-shirt. And it was like now she's collaborating with like Ricardo or she's just like a friend of Ricardo.
Still around.
But she was like one of the first like all black girls to like do those things and like be understood, like kind of like having FKA Twigs language before FKA Twigs.
Interesting.
A visionary.
Please tap in.
Yeah.
We will.
We got to know our
was-
history. We got to know where we've been to see where we're going.
Yeah.
Quill, there's a nip in the air. The nights are feeling a little crisper. As we enter fall, winter, do you have any fucking big pieces? Like, for example, this Bottega jacket
She's
is
coming
like-
with me.
Right.
Are there any big pieces or like things you're gonna try? Because you can't necessarily you can crop top through like what, like Thanksgiving, but like what are we gonna
You can
see?
crop top
Quill in?
all year.
You can crop top all
Really?
year.
When
you
I
just go to
come
Miami.
gutters like that, dog.
I'm also not a person that like kind of stays in one place. So like
Right.
I like for like most of the time
You gotta fly
I-
south to show off the cum gutters.
Yeah, or I like hide in LA all winter, or like
Yeah?
like try to do that. But no, like when I'm here, I'm just like, especially like also as I'm getting older, I'm just going to incorporate more tailoring, more leather. Like I'm like I'm transitioning into my leather daddy phase.
Hell yeah,
Ooh,
dude.
yeah.
But I'm going to be really fun about
You
the
and us
leather.
both.
Yep.
And then like if it's not leather, I want to give like tailoring and almost like today I'm in Tom Brown, but I also really love commission. Because I think
Expensive.
Well, I mean, you know,
Quite.
Not
me.
row prices, but you know.
Yeah.
I'm not. I feel like I'm
on
an
the
expensive
spectrum.
girl. I think she's
You
worth
are.
it.
And you know what, you deserve it. Are you going to celebrate the closing of the exhibition like at the end of the year?
We're gonna do a lot of activations as we're getting to its closing. I'm excited to bring in a lot of students from I'm bringing in some students from NYU.
Oh, wow.
I'm bringing in some students from the ICP class.
We're speaking at NYU tomorrow night.
Oh,
Oh,
sick!
fuck, I forgot about that.
Sick.
Like a student organization.
About the future of podcasting? I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
but
something
yeah,
like
no,
that.
like I want to speak to those guys because I
Right.
think that they want to know so desperately. I don't know if it's desperately, but like they want to get into doing this, and I
Right.
think that like I want to be an open door for like new people to just learn what I do, and if not, like really like bring them in.
Right.
Yeah.
You're opening doors and you're letting people walk in behind you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of opening the back door, it is time to get into the next
Transition
segment of the
God.
podcast.
Okay.
Sucking and fucking.
Meats and cheeks.
Sex and dating.
Meats and cheese.
Yeah.
Quill, you walk into a fella's crib. What art would be on his walls that immediately signals to you that he has trash dick and or trash hole?
I love this artist so much. Oh my God, no, I can't say that.
Okay.
What if they have like some like Alec Monopoly ass, you know, like
Like okay.
NFT, like a fucking board
That's who he
ape
was
thing,
going to
like-
say, dude. It's his favorite
sorry,
artist.
sorry,
No,
Alec.
I wasn't going to say that, but it's like really particular. Like, you know, like the art that like, well, maybe you boys are still like caught up in that world, but like I love like entry art.
Okay.
What's
where,
that, like streetwear art? Like Cause and like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, you think we have Cause art? in our
He
fucking
has like a
shit?
streetwear toy. You're like, okay.
Yeah, or like a Jeff Koons. Like I think that's
Yeah.
like a choice.
Okay, but if he has a Jeff Koons, he's rich.
Right, but
If you have a little
Not if
balloon-
it's like a
he
little
has money
sculpture
from
from the
dog, but
MoMA
he's
store.
like making like very easy decisions. Like I think those are like art that like, and I love them because I think to be an artist where like everyone knows who the fuck you are is really fucking hard to do.
Sure, of course.
But
Absolutely.
I think for me, I'm really interested in someone that's curated their own taste. Like they started there and like they're now really deeply into it. And they have some like shit from some new emerging person that like really needs the funding behind them. So like if you are buying art for your personal collection of art, I don't think it should be something that's like everyone else is buying. 'Cause
Right.
then like you're not helping anyone.
Right. So if you're like buying art off like a high snobiety article, you might have trash dick.
You said that, not
shots, not
me.
shots.
Well, like, because it's 50,
If you
it's
have
a
a
50-50 split. Because either he's going to have crazy dick, or like that, like he's going to fuck your
Life-changing
head
dick.
up.
Yeah.
That
Or-
balloon dog dick.
Yeah, like
That coon's cunt.
no, literally, it could go either way, and that's nice. I'm not like if I'm going to have sex, I don't want it. I don't want that 50-50. I need to know it's.
But a
100.
Murakami pillow. Ugh. Trash penis.
No, because I mean.
What about skateboard decks as art
Ooh, yeah.
on your ramp?
I
tramp
love skater
shit?
boys though.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like.
But they wouldn't. But the skater.
I'm a
as
fashion
actual
girl.
skater
I'm a
wouldn't do
fashion
that.
girl, so of course you know I love a skater boy.
You're a ramp tramp.
I would love. Yes.
If there's no bed
I can
frame.
okay, but I can actually like ride a fucking skateboard. Like I'm not.
Yeah. But if you go home
Can
with a
you ollie
skater
or kickflip? And or kickflip.
in the
No,
Rick
I
boots,
like my ankles.
Okay.
if you go home with a skater boy and there's no bed frame, that is some life changing cock you're about to get.
Could be. No, it's even worse if there's like no furniture. Like if there's no furniture, all mattress on the floor.
Yep.
Yeah.
TV also on the floor.
Cinder block coffee table.
He is about to crack your shit to smithereens.
About
Like-
to get your shit motherfucking cracked.
if
Quizact.
if there's literally no furniture,
Right.
That's when you know.
mattress on the floor,
Yeah.
like maybe
Strap
like
in.
a laundry bag
Strap
in the
up.
corner, like but I'm not like I'm never going in a place and it's not clean. It can't
Right.
smell like oh God if it smell. I'm not
Okay,
doing
so
anything.
besides getting your shit cracked and cleanliness, just generally speaking, what are the way to Quil's heart?
Oh my God,
Let's leave no stone unturned.
I'm so far away from that.
No,
now.
come on.
Okay, we're gonna be close to it.
Yeah.
if
Bring
you
us in.
just, like. You can't be a pussy. I feel like most guys get so intimidated by me sometimes, and I think I'm like
Really?
one of the sweetest people.
Huh.
And so like if you genuinely pull up and they're like, "What's up? Let's go
So
on a
treat
date."
you like shit.
No, like most guys don't ask me on dates. Like they're
Oh.
I'm the type like court me. Like
Yeah.
like
Woo
old
this
fashioned.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Write him a letter.
Yeah, I would like. I've actually had 2 boyfriends do that, and like
Really?
I still have those letters because I'm like, yeah, what? I don't throw away anything like that.
So you want someone who's going to assert themselves and like ask you out, take the initiative.
I grew up on like very much like have you seen Say Anything? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I grew up with that like in my brain, and like I'm someone that
you want
loves-
a Cusack with the speaker.
Exactly. If you're not outside of my house with a boombox, I'm not. I'm not
Playing Ice
answering. I'm not
Spice.
texting back.
Except it would be like a Bluetooth speaker, I
yeah,
guess. in
exactly.
this case.
What's an ideal first date? Is it like getting picked up by a gentleman, holding the door open for you?
Send a car, have it pick me up, and take me to it. No, I'm kidding.
Is it dinner?
It's definitely dinner. I'm not like a snob at all. Like it could be dinner anywhere. Just like actually plan it. Like have some intention.
But it can't be like the Delancey McDonald's. It's got to be, you know, like
No, I'm really
Rafts
not
or-
a snob at all. Like,
Really?
as long as you planned a fucking date, like, we live in a crazy economy right now. Like, I just think that it's more about the intention than it is about where we're going.
okay.
It's not about the fucking final price on the
No,
bill.
I eat McDonald's. What?
Broke boys tap
It's
in.
just get
No,
him some canes.
okay,
Get him
like-
a canes.
No, I mean, it's cute and endearing to be broke, but like, at least like have a plan.
Okay.
Like,
So take charge.
like, yeah, no, like with your life too. Like,
Right.
please don't come to me and then you're like, oh, like I'm broke, I can't figure anything out. Like, I don't want to woe is me, like type of dude. Like, that's annoying to date. Like, I think that like. I don't care how much money you have. I have my own. So like, I just want you to like have a fucking plan for your life.
So you want a guy with ambition when it comes to
Exactly.
the ways to Quil's heart. It is like ambition,
Yeah.
belief in yourself,
confidence.
some sort of life plan.
Wait, are you dealing with gold diggers? Because because again, your reputation precedes you. You're fucking out here. You're in the public spotlight. Like, are
yeah,
people
it's
like
hard out here for a pimp.
right? No, for real.
Damn.
I think that people like also like I'm an artist and I'm not like I'm not rich.
Right.
You're not a starving artist though.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. But
No, he's
it's
eating
like
canes.
exactly. No, it changes. Like, and I think that's the really fun part about it. And I think that like I really admire like the ebb and flow to it all because I think it keeps me interested and hungry. Like I think that like if everything was all paved, like I would be like, all right, well, I'm not speaking to anyone. I'm down. I'm like gonna hide in my house.
right.
You'd be in your Jeff Koons shit, just having people make your balloon dogs for you.
Yeah, no, I'm happy that I still have to like work for it.
Yeah.
Because I think that like if everything came easy, then it wouldn't be fun.
Success is earned.
Exactly. I'm not a nepo baby.
But you're still passionate
You're
about
just
the work.
that bitch junior.
Yeah, like different legacy.
Yeah. You're still passionate about the work.
Yeah.
That does lead me to ask you though, how much money do you make?
Ooh, not answering that.
Not enough?
Not
Too
enough.
much.
Yeah, where we at on the
I'm
general scale?
definitely comfortable, but I can always make more.
Sure.
Of course. What do you like to
Absolutely.
spend your money on besides investing in yourself as an
My
artist?
family and making
bags.
sure that they're good. I have a lot of younger siblings and they're all in high school. So like my favorite thing is like when I have enough money to make sure that like because I have so my mom, it's me, Zori, Bree, Brooke, and Bugs. So 5 of us. And
Great names.
Whole lemon tree.
Yeah, and then on my dad's side there is Khalil, Taj, Nasir, Nalik, and Chloe. And then there's 3 other brothers that I just met this year because my dad does not stop making kids. But I just like they all like are young enough to like still really get the joy of Christmas. And I'm like I really like to make that a special
Hell yeah.
thing because I remember what it was for me like when I was younger. So I always try to make sure I get like each of them like at least 2 or 3 gifts.
Nice. You come through on that big broski shit with like that
Yeah,
luxury
they
Christmas.
like love when I come home and like they're like, "What you got?"
What's the most fire gift you've gotten?
Like gotten for them.
PS5.
No, okay. So my younger brother is like young. Well, he's younger, so like he's like into those things, but he's very much an iPad kid.
Okay.
And then like, but they also like have such an interesting life because like my younger brother and sisters, they're 6 and 9 now. They fluently speak Spanish.
Oh wow.
And so I think last year we went to Mexico for the first time, and so they really got to like test it out, and they fully were speaking to other kids
Incredible.
and like in Spanish. But I think I get my sisters really fun things. Like I got them all Marc Jacobs bags.
Nice.
And like I also shop for Marc Jacobs, so it was really nice. And when I was there was a moment where I was like living in LA, like doing the full on like Lost in Translation, like in the hotel room, like what is my life? Like I just live here now, I guess. But my family knew I was like getting really lonely out there, and so they all came out during their spring break.
Oh.
And I brought them like all brothers and sisters with me because Heaven was like I'm really cool with Ava, and like shout out Ava Nope because like one of the best people in fashion just gets it. So she invited me for like they were doing a gifting suite when like really early inception of Heaven. So I brought my brothers and my sisters and I gave them their gift. I gave them the gifting.
Sick.
And they all left with like different T-shirts and like this is
Must've
so
loved
like
it.
ahead. I'm like I keep them ahead of it. So when they go to school, they just stunt.
Sure.
They showed
They're
up.
flexing
like,
on the kids in the Abercrombie tees.
Yeah.
No, like I'm in heaven. Like I'm in Marc Jacobs.
Yeah,
they're in heaven.
They're
Oh,
in
yeah.
heaven.
Yeah.
And the gift, any gifting suite is heaven. Let's be real for a kid.
Exactly. And then they got to like experience the store and like
Right.
doing all of those things. And it was like such a moment because it was his first time in LA. So they got to see that store.
Wow. Setting the bar high on some cool kid shit for sure.
Well, like, cause they're my cool kids.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And
Well, this is
no,
and now they can aspire to be the cool kids of their own lives. You know,
no, and that's the thing.
Each
where,
one teach one.
each one
Exactly.
reach one, teach one.
I think she also takes all of my like they want my Telfar bags. So
Telfar.
I like personally own none because they take them.
Your hand-me-down game must be fire, dude.
My mom, my grandmom, and all my little sisters are like, "Where's the tellies?" Like I know they're giving you it. Like they look for when they drop and they're like,
Where the
"It's
tellies
time.
at?"
Yeah.
It's time." They come in my apartment.
Where the telly's at?
And they're like, "Rack it up. Where's the bag?"
You gotta hide your shit.
Yeah.
No, I like really appreciate that. Like
I mean, clearly you do enjoy it.
Yeah, like I love, like, because I'm just like I love the idea of my mom coming to the PTA meeting or to like
Fucking
the ballet
big ass,
recital
Yeah.
with
In
like
the Bushwick Birkin.
yes, and it's like I love when she shows up before it becomes a thing.
Yeah.
and so then they're like,
Right. All the moms are like,
Yeah. Well, that's how you become that bitch senior.
exactly.
She did it first.
And then like I love my little sisters being like just like thinking of Marc Jacobs bag is like like this is like my bag because I'm like 12.
Right.
Yeah.
And like people like being like, how do you have that? I'm like, but that was always my experience.
You might
when I was
know my
growing
brother.
Up. My mom and my grandma made sure I was like in the latest Jordan every time.
Right.
Every time I went to high school, like every Saturday, every time everyone knew that new Jordan was dropping, they knew on Monday I was gonna come in with it on my foot, and I did it all of high school.
Again,
and it
that
kind
is-
of beat every gay allegation that people were throwing at me.
That bitch senior looking out for that bitch junior.
No,
he might be
'cause,
gay,
like-
but he's got a wet jumper.
No, like, because I'm never gonna forget. Like, do you remember like in like the earlier like 2011 those times where like having like the Jordan 11 was like the ultimate stamp of coolness?
Yeah, well, it caused like riots at malls and like it was.
My
a big deal.
goddad is like a big reseller in Philly, and that's how I kind of got into doing anything in
hell
fashion. So I have the Bread 11s, I have the like the blue one that came out, I have the cool gray. But now I gave all my Jordan collection to my younger brothers when they hit high
course.
school, so I had like a Facebook photo where I like stacked all my Jordans. So I'll never forget having 42 pairs of Jordans.
You got to send us that photo so we can
Do we
post
still
it.
have that?
I gotta find it.
Please do, dude.
I would
we
just have
need
to
that.
ask my mom. Like she like has a shrine.
You on
of
your
this stuff.
sneakerhead shit, dog?
Fully a sneakerhead, but I still have a lot of them, but I give them all to my brothers because like the best thing is that we all ended up with like the same shoe size.
Oh,
Damn,
perfect.
That's
Size
beautiful.
10.
That's how you know God might be real, dude.
Yeah.
No,
For sure.
And like
The good jeans.
Yeah.
Sample size.
Last question on money. Have you made a large purchase that comes to mind that you like kind of regretted? Or
No.
are you always
No.
very intentional
I posted
with your
I
spending
posted
choices?
this caption recently on Instagram and it said spaceships don't come equipped with rear view mirrors.
Yeah. Thank you, Andre 3000.
Exactly. So like no, I like never regret a fashion
regrets?
purchase.
All right.
No, but I don't have many regrets in life
Right.
because it's like you
Good
gotta
for you.
experience things to experience things, as Kylie would say.
That's why you came on it. That's why you,
And it's just been a year of
It's your year of
Experiencing things.
that's why you came on this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quil, we want to thank you for giving us your time. You're a
Yes.
busy guy. You're doing incredible. Quiladelphia at 150 Orchard Street at the Hannah Traore Gallery.
Bam, 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 bam.
Thank
Open
you.
until end of the year. Before we get you out of here and into the afters,
Yes.
you're doing incredible.
Oh, you guys, this is really fun.
You're one of the
Thank you.
most like
for us,
self-confident young men, successful artists that I think we've ever had the pleasure of spending time with. That being said, we'd love to offer up some constructive criticism, maybe just as like, you know, an outsider perspective, or you know, this like kind of culture exchange we were talking
Would
about between
love
like
to hear.
the gays
Yeah.
and the straights, right? I'll go first. We talked about you know, me being single and it's fucking out here. It's crazy out here in 2023. Why don't you take my Raya portraits?
You're what?
My Raya portraits for the dating app?
Would I do that?
Yeah. I'll
No, I
tag
think
you my
you
Raya.
said take my
Yeah,
Raya.
take
He's
them,
not asking,
please.
he's just telling you.
Maybe. Why? Why do you want me to shoot your Raya portrait?
Because look at this beautiful. Because everything is out of focus and just screenshots of fucking IG stories right now. Look at this beautiful. I'm surrounded by this beautiful photography.
Yeah.
A little collaborative effort.
Can I think about it?
Yes, and then anytime I'm smashing, I'll be thinking of you.
Ooh.
So there's that.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Then yeah.
Okay, done.
All right. So while you're thinking of that, okay, Glitter Boy, smash. Quiladelphia, smash right now. We are surrounded by beautiful pictures.
Big smash.
Of
I play Smash or Pass with my friends in Times Square all the time.
oh yeah,
Oh, just like
And
people walking by.
shout out, yeah, like I just also want
like
to tell
in
people.
live in real time.
Yeah, like
Hot or not.
people always like are like, why? What are you guys doing? And like,
Playing Smash or Pass.
yeah,
We're
like,
sexually objectifying strangers.
all the time, like, and it's really, but like I was
We're
like
saying
talking,
the quiet part loud.
I was talking about it because it's like I feel like in that I got to know like we unlearn and then we like learn so much about each other and like who do we think
Yeah,
is
the
hot
taste
or
level,
not,
yeah.
and because it's like I wouldn't have thought that, but it's
Yeah.
not like no. And
It's so
like,
fun when it's in binary.
Why
too.
would you
When we're not
smash?
like rating people, that would be too much.
No,
Are you more of a smasher or a passer?
depends. Because also sometimes we do this thing where it's like big smash, woof woof, and like,
Well, I'm stealing that one for sure, dude. Thank you.
like we
Sir,
do
please
that
stop
and, like,
barking. This is clandestino. This is a respectable establishment.
massive smash.
if you hear me barking, somebody is definitely big smash. Like we cannot
that
control
ain't a pit bull at
ourselves.
the Sunset Tower. That is
No.
Quill outside of
My
Clando.
bark is like a little bit like of a Yorkie though, because I wanted to be cute.
Yeah, that was a very cute wolf. Anyway,
like that.
wait, hold on. Let's not lose sight of my constructive criticism. My
Yes.
point is, we are surrounded by beautiful pictures of the Black queer community that
Yeah.
you
Your friends and family.
documented beautifully.
Yeah. Also, some of it was really fun to cast it because I like casted a few boys that I was following on OnlyFans.
Oh,
Because I think that like OnlyFans,
the new casting couch.
Yeah, well, like they changed porn. Like they really
for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
normalized.
Put it back in the hands of people. Of the
It's
people.
the Patreon for hot
Sex
people.
workers. Yeah.
Yeah, hands put it back into the creators, and I was just like, well, black creators really didn't get their due and weren't paid properly, and this is the first time like they didn't have to like be pimped in a way that was like not serving them. But I also thought that like
But now it's serving them.
completely,
You know
and it was just like fun because I feel like porn, especially gay porn, was like such a space historically for like community and like how we find each other and like how you even learn anything about like okay, like I'm gay,
About
but like,
doing it.
Yeah. And so I really wanted
Come
to
and
have
join us
that conversation like
the
in the
community.
midst of like if I'm bringing if I'm bringing my friends with me into the gallery, I want to bring my friends that were also on OnlyFans because I think they're as important to visual culture as I am. And I'm like, yo, we're all going to the museum.
And they disrupted it just as much and brought it into people's faces just as much as the artists have.
Exactly.
So as we take Quiladelphia to the end of the year and we start moving forward and looking for new muses, new communities, I think that it would be really fucking cool if you maybe made your next show about, I don't know, fucking two podcasters.
You guys want to be shot?
Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Yes, that would be incredible.
I would love to shoot you guys.
Yes.
Because I saw other thing, like this is an edit of like, so this is 16 images. I shot so many images
I'm
for
sure.
this project.
How many years was this in the making?
Probably a year of shooting, but we had about like maybe 300, 400 shots that we were like shifting through. And then like I edited it down. It was really hard because you really have to
it's
kill
like
your
fucking-
babies to do an edit.
Sure.
It's like Lil Wayne making an album.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And then, but I'm
Chopping
excited
block.
to keep expanding and showing the work because then you'll see that like, well, one, I didn't only shoot gay boys. I shot people that like were queer or just comfortable in like queer space. And so it's going to be nice to like see it expand. And it's just like, everyone's like, you only shot black boys. I was like, no, this is just an edit. And I'm like, I shot other boys too because my sexuality isn't limited to race.
In your fucking face.
Yeah.
Shut
But I'm
up.
like, of course I'm
We're
going to, like,
available.
I'm black. So of
Right.
course that I'm going to shoot black men
Honestly,
and do that right.
1.5 white men are available. is what I'm
Strays in
saying.
the queer space, like it's like, oh, like, you know, being uncomfortable or like conflation of spaces or like
It's a
co-oping space. Like,
conversation.
it's a whole
Damn,
exchange.
you guys are getting real. I'm trying to just beg for portraits. Like,
Yeah, no, I would
Same.
love to shoot you guys. 'Cause I think that
We
like
would be
I'm
so honored, dude.
The thing is masculinity, and that's what I'm just like unpacking and like.
I'll wear the same shorts as Ice Spice just so I can smell.
cheeks out.
I think you look cute.
Cheeks out for Quill, dude.
You also have beautiful eyes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been working on my
He was
glutes.
just thank you.
You're
He was
married,
just-
so I didn't want to.
No, it's
impose.
totally fine. I'll take all the comments. He was
He
just
said he's single and looking.
he was just self-conscious about his eyes the other day. So
No,
that
yeah, good
honestly
color.
that was huge, dude. Thank you.
Yeah. That was
big, that was big.
Quill. What would you like to plug? Where can the kids follow you on IG? The floor is yours. Promote.
My handles across the board are just Quil Lemons, like
Are
straight up
you
QUILLEMONS.
just IG? Are you Twitter boy?
I'm on X.
X.
Formerly known as Twitter. Yeah,
TikTok?
I'm on. I am not on. I'm on TikTok, but I like
As
I
a
don't-
looker.
Yeah, kind of, because I like. It's hard for me to really interface with that. Not like I can like digest it and it's really funny, but like I'm at a point where like privacy is like a thing that like I really enjoy for sure. I'm being really public and I'm being really vulnerable with my work, and I think I want to leave it there.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's mature.
Do you
And-
do you feel any pressure to like tap in? Maybe it's from like external forces, the gallery, your
Yeah,
agency.
everyone
Like, hey,
keeps
like
telling me I
we
need
need
to
a
come on
TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah, like we need art talk to like get on this.
I really appreciate TikTok, and I'm like trying to figure out like what that looks like because I want to come on it in a way that's like true to my art. Like I don't want to come on it and just be doing anything. I think that would be pointless.
doing dances to promote 150 Orchard.
I can dance, but like it's kind of more fun when you see it in the
clear.
club. When you see me dancing
Yeah.
in the club, I think that's where we should leave it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
Quil Lemons
It's
had
more
some
learning
lemon
in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quil Lemons had some lemon drops if you see him dancing. in the club.
Quiladelphia on display, 150 Orchard, extendo till the end of the year. It is
Pull up.
It is beautiful. You are very talented. Everybody should make it a priority when they are in town, or if you are in town, stop by.
Yeah.
Quill,
Thank you guys.
Thank you for
You're the
coming
best,
on
man.
the
Thank you
podcast
so much.
matters.
Same.
Chef, take us out.